This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Playoffs are heating up, and so is the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NBA. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets back instantly. All you have to do, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code VSiN. That's VSIN only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Oh yes, what a day, man. We're about 17 minutes away from the 149th Preakness Stakes. We'll keep you updated on everything happening there. I'm Dustin Sweetelson. He's Jared Smith. We've got you covered. A lot to come. Some props your way in about 15 minutes as well from the prop god. So we're going to go up to heaven and find out what he's betting on this afternoon. Jared, you and I are both baseball guys, though. So there are some first pitches coming up here in the next hour that I think are worth getting to. I'm currently sweating out a Phillies first 5 minus a half run, which I got to run around here to tie things up here in the bottom of the first, but the Nats did strike first, which hurt both of our feelings.
It did. I do my little Nerfy lay. It's my daily, custom Nerfy that I construct. Usually it's between 3 and 4 legs. Today I got a little, so we hit yesterday. Actually,
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
And we welcome you to the Harrington Sports Complex here in Farmington Hills, Michigan, as Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network are proud to bring to you Cleveland Cobras Game Day as we get ready for Week 2 of the non-league season for the Cleveland Cobras. They're coming off the 26-0 loss to the Michigan Gators, and today the schedule will get no easier as they get ready to take on the number 1 ranked Detroit Ravens. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with the coach, Bob Gessler. Dave Ferris making the trek all the way from Youngstown, Ohio, to bring you this special matchup between the Tri-Point Football League's Cleveland Cobras and the Players Football Association's Detroit Ravens. Cobras come off of a 26-0 loss to the Michigan Gators last week. It was the first outing for the Cobras, as all those points would be scored in the first half. After some adjustments, the Cobras would have some opportunities to get into the end zone, but wouldn't be able to capitalize, and that would end up being your final. However, defensively, adjustments made, and it shut down the Gators in the second half. And, Coach, we saw mistakes last week, mistakes that we would expect to see in Week 1. Now the question is, how much of an improvement can be made from Week 1 to Week 2? And now you're taking on the number 1 team in the nation.
Well, the bottom line is you needed to watch film so you could see each one of the individuals on, hey, this is what the mistake I made. This is how I got to get better. So it's up to each individual position and player to do a better job. And believe me, I'm excited to see this. And number 1 team in the nation, I've not seen this ever. So I'm pretty excited about this. But the Cobras got to be ready, and they got to clean things up. And, again, they've got to – whatever the game plan is, they have got to execute.
We saw last week that it wasn't really an issue of talent, size, matchup, speed. It was flaws in terms of assignment. And hopefully in that you've had this week between Week 1 and Week 2, you've seen what you've done. You kind of get that shock factor out of your system, and you're looking to see maybe if you can clean those mental assignments up and hopefully have a good performance against a really good team as you get prepared for your league season.
Yeah, and truly that's the bottom line. I mean, you have got to be prepared now, and you've got to do what you can do. But I think that there's got to be some play calling differences, and this is going to be on the coaches and doing what they got to do. So this is going to be exciting.
For the Cobras, after this, they will be off the next couple of weeks. That'll be next week, and then June 1st, they will open at Marlington Stadium in Alliance as they will take on the Ohio Gladiators. And, of course, if you want, you can go over to City View Sportscast, where Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch right now have a preseason game between the Mahoning Valley Federals and those Ohio Gladiators. Again, we'll see them on June 1st right here on Western Reserve Radio. Mahoning Valley Federals over on City View Sportscast, and I believe we're going to have them all season as they enter their second season in the Tri-Point Football League. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about the number one team in the nation, the Detroit Ravens. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras Game Day here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One Network.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Cleveland Cobras Game Day continues here in Farmington Hills, Michigan, as we get ready for week 2 of the non-league portion of the Cleveland Cobras season. And the Cobras, again, taking that hard schedule, Coach, there in the preseason. They're going to take on the Detroit Ravens. The Ravens 3-0 so far this season. Last week they get the big 44-33 win over the Indy Bison. The Bison ranked number 9. And, of course, quarterback Torrance Webster stood out for the Ravens. 15-22, Coach, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, a 68% completion rate. But we saw last week that the Cobras' defensive secondary struggled a little bit there as they tried to find their bearings. They're going to have to be on their toes today.
Well, the other thing is I think they did an outstanding job with their adjustments at halftime, and they played a heck of a lot better in the second half. But, again, you got to tighten up. Defense has got to come up. Defense has to wrap. So that's the other thing we talked about. When you practice, you're not really hitting another color. Sometimes it's difficult. So then when you go into that first game, scrimmage, however, and you're playing a caliber team as they were, again, it's now a process. They got to get better. They got to watch film. Again, do what they need to do.
Wide receivers that stood out last week, got to look at Jay Searcy. 6 receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. He was averaging 18.3 yards per reception, Coach. That's an easy first down when you get into those third down situations. But for the Ravens, that's not something that happens often.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, got to get receptions. You got to play defense, and it's just all a chess game. When you, as a coach, that's what you got to do. You try to outthink or think what are they going to do next. So this is going to be very interesting.
Just about 6 minutes before kickoff here as the Ravens start to huddle up at the end zone to our right. The Cobras making the 2-hour and 40-minute trip, and from Youngstown, 3 hours and 40 minutes. A little bit of traffic issue, but nonetheless, we made it here in plenty of time. Beautiful facility here in Farmington Hills, as the weather looks like it is going to cooperate as well. 76 degrees here in Michigan, not a cloud in the sky, but Coach, not real humid, just about perfect for some late spring, early summer football.
Well, it is perfect, Jim. This is what you want. Got a nice breeze going here. It's going from right to left. And, it's cool, but still, I was down on the turf. I wanted to walk around and check the turf out. And this is a very, very good field here. A lot of spring to it. I see they got a lot of the pellets in there. So, but it gets hot down there. So these guys that are in their uniforms are going to be a big difference to me in shorts and short sleeves walking around here. But the heat is on, and the field temperature, I got to believe, is in the high 80s.
And certainly you would expect nothing less for the multi-time national champions as they play in a beautiful stadium here called The Hawk. We're going to step aside for another timeout. When we come back, we will have the kickoff here from Farmington Hills, Michigan. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network. The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
At the front door, leaving me less than what I had before.
Johnson in shotgun, one receiver to the near side. We'll send a man in motion, slot. That'll be the slot receiver to Golson. Quick pass over the middle, and he's going to hit Abe Taylor for the touchdown, 11 yards.
Run for cover, might get loud. From the bottom to the top, yeah. Our echoes break walls. It's about to get loud.
Wallace is the quarterback. Johnson is the tailback to his left. 4th down and just about 5. Wallace back to pass. Offensive line gives him time. Going to take a deep shot. Has a man wide open in the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll try 31-yard field goal. Steve Anthony on the snap, and Townsend will be the holder. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:25 left here in the fourth quarter.
The front door, leaving me less than what I had before. Seeing red, I gotta let it out. Run for cover, 'cause it might get loud. It's about to get loud.
And from Farmington Hills, Michigan, it is the Cleveland Cobras game day here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network, as we get ready for kickoff. A little bit of a delay here as we have officials out here. There's some talking going on, but we may be missing a couple of bodies in stripes here, Coach. And after last week, we saw a lot of passing by the Cleveland Cobras, and I think you and I agreed we'd like to see a little bit more in the run game this week.
Yeah, they're going to have to mix it up a little bit, and I talk about it just because of the play calling. Some more counters. They do run a swing pattern, but you got to keep those outside linebackers guessing. You got to do a little bit more zone read. if you're going to do that. Yes, I agree. Always got to run the ball. And again, because of what goes on in football now, everybody wants to throw the ball first and run. But see, my philosophy from way back, run the ball, get them linebackers up, hit stuff behind them, hit stuff on the swing, and I really think that they can do. When they did that, they moved the ball.
And you talked about earlier in the passing game, with that pass protection, get rid of the ball quickly. They were successful in that aspect. Tried to get the ball downfield, had some drop passes, in which we thought Dave Thompson really did a good job hitting, but they've got to haul those ones in.
Yeah, you can't. Again, we talk about simple mistakes, and that's one of the mistakes. You can't drop footballs, especially when you're open or for first downs or anywhere. That's your job as a receiver, a tight end. You got to catch the ball, and then ball in your hand, now look for end zone or first down, whatever. So, but yeah, again, he's done a great job to that point. We liked on the zone reads some of his plays. I mean, he pulled him. I thought the running back got nailed in the back, and he's running 30 yards downfield. So he got me on that one.
So defensively, there was some missed assignments last week. That's mostly what we focused on when we talked about assignment football. They'll have to clean that one up. But also, Coach, I think we'd like to see a lot more pressure from that front four, or even when they go to the three-man.
Yeah, the only problem that I see with a three-man in last week's game is they didn't do anything fancy up front with the five-man front that they had, and all they did was they found the weak link to go single up on that, and then they doubled everybody else. So I think they need to stay in a front four, get more pressure on, stay in your lanes, and get to the quarterback and running backs. Again, you also have to wrap up.
And certainly one thing it was nice to see with defensive coordinator Jamar Fleming was the fact that they could switch from a four-man front to a three-man front and were actually successful with it. So it looks like they have that in their arsenal. They're capable of making adjustments on the fly, and it certainly helped them in the second half.
Yeah, but again, you got to see exactly what they're giving you, and if again, I still like the four-man front. Keep them alleys out of there. It's going to help you as far as if you're passing the ball a lot. Obviously, that's going to give you the extra man in the back.
Captain's out at midfield as we get ready to set this one off. Here's going to be Abe Taylor, Andy Code, and Dave Thompson for the Cleveland Cobras. And we'll try, I believe it's going to be Malachi Taylor, Delvin Wells, Keyshawn Jackson, and, of course, Torrance Webster, the quarterback for the Ravens. We talked about him. Coach, when I watched film on him this week, pretty flawless game there in terms of mechanics and getting the ball down the field. Big guy, strong, and certainly if you give him time, he's going to extend the play.
Yeah, I was watching his warm-ups. I'll tell you what, he gets the ball there quick. I'd really like to see him step into a little bit more because he kind of throws flat-footed, but obviously he has the arm strength to do it.
So our head referee giving the pregame speech here is we'll wait for a signal. It'll be the Ravens starting to our right, the Cobras on our left, and the Ravens won the toss. They deferred, and the Cobras will get the ball to start this game on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Farmington Hills, Michigan. The Cobras looking for their first points of the season. Again, we talked with head coach Adam Rogerson and owner Jesse Caldwell about these tough games here in the preseason, and the goal was not very hard to figure out. They want a hard preseason schedule to get ready for the Tri-Point Football League. They want to get out of that first round of the playoffs, and of course they think the way that they're going to do it is get this team battle-tested.
Yeah, and what better to start out with these two teams? So that's going to, and again, that's going to judge on what you, again, if you get behind, who's going to falter, who's going to be there, who's going to fight. So you're going to actually be able to see players on what they do. But coming out first with this, I like this idea. It'll prepare you for the season because this team, national champion, I don't think you're going to face a lot of caliber at that level back down into the league.
No, certainly. The number 2 team in the nation is the Racine Raiders. They won the Gridiron Developmental Football League Championship last year. Of course, they are a legendary organization out there in Wisconsin, been around since the 50s. They will be in action as well tonight as Don Wadowitz will help that crew. And certainly, like you said, Coach, I don't think you're going to see a much better test than you will today, but this will certainly kind of help you train at a high level.
Yep.
And hope that when you get into that league play that you're going to be set to go. Again, the Detroit Ravens, part of the PFA, headed up by Dave Duncan, who is the commissioner, Sandy Tipton, the commissioner of the Tri-Point Football League, and some work between the leagues going on to fill some schedules. So that is good to see at this level. As the Cobras, again, to our left, they'll be working left to right. If you are listening on the Live 365 app or on TuneIn, or if you are watching on Facebook at Western Reserve Digital Radio or the iMedia One Network, you can see the Ravens starting to our right. They'll be working right to left as the kicker. I don't know if it's a trick play, Coach. He picked the ball up and headed towards the sideline. We're going to get this one started with a little bit of excitement, but we're going to have a delay here as the Ravens are going to come back to the sideline, and the Cobras are going to head back to their sideline. 15 minutes up on the board, and I don't know what the delay is, but
well, you have 3 officials now, so we know the 4th one probably hasn't been let out of jail yet. So he probably got how those officials are.
I know how you love those officials. I know how you even love it better when I defend them.
Yeah, oh boy, yeah, because you for the longest time you were one of them. So
that's right, and I tell you, doing that you really get a different perspective of the game in terms of what you see down on the field and the speed of the game, and quite frankly, the rules. There were only 10 rules in the book, Coach, but every rule had 37 sections under it. So it is a very, I guess we'll call it the intense Bible of football, and some innocuous. Okay, well, we need some down markers, and they're going to bring those in.
That's what it was. We didn't have down markers.
So the chain crew and our 4th official are arriving all at the same time, so we are just moments from being underway here, of course, over on City View Sportscast. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch having their first minor league football game of the year as they have a preseason game between the Mahoning Valley Federals from Youngstown and the Ohio Gladiators out of Alliance. That game at Marlington Stadium, actually called Duke Stadium, there on the campus of Marlington High School. And I believe we're going to have a full crew of officials as number 5 has arrived.
There we go. We just got to get the sticks and get going. And
so, a couple of tools that we will need here to get this game going.
That's left foot, right foot, that's all.
So we will be off next week as we will celebrate the Memorial Day weekend, correct? Next weekend. All right, so that's coming up quick here. Summer approaching. And then the Tri-Point Football League will get underway on June 1st with a slate of games, and we will have games here on Western Reserve Radio as well as City View Sportscast, as we will try this again to get ready. And it will be Matt Fields out of Toledo University kicking off. Oh, excuse me, Phil Shaver out of Canton High School. I'm not sure if that's our Canton or there's going to be Canton, Michigan.
Well, I'm sure it's Canton, Michigan, but you don't know that. We don't know. We officials yet are trying to get lined up here, so this is going to be really, really interesting. They're getting there.
So the officials are now set to go. Ravens are going to run a player off the field, and we'll count him up one more time, and he'll come back onto the field. That'll be Johnson, the linebacker out of Central State. And I believe that's going to be back to return Andre Daniels for the Cleveland Cobras. 313's on this roster, so we're going to have to be careful. Make sure we get it right.
Yeah, we got to get this
Normally you have
right.
2, one offense, 1 defense. But the front line's all set now for Cleveland. Cobras, of course, lost that first possession last week on an onside kick. And you see, Coach, you talked to coaches in that after the game. You see the fullbacks moved up a little bit more now.
Yeah, because you can't drop. The thing is they had them too far back, and that's what you got to be. You got to be 10 yards each. So actually, the tailback should be up about the 25, just to get that going.
So I don't know what the holdup is here now as well. We're going to get the whistle for play. So Shaver to kick this one off for the Detroit Ravens. 15 minutes up on the board from Detroit, Michigan. And this is going to be picked up at the 18-yard line, brought up to 20, 25, cut back, and it'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That's going to be Tyree Knight on the return for the Cleveland Cobras.
Yeah, that was a good job. I'll tell you what, if he planted his foot and he wouldn't have slipped, he should have got around the end, and that was a great job by their special teams.
Stayed in their lanes.
Mr. Paddock.
So Cleveland taking over first and 10. They'll mark the ball officially at the 27-yard line. Beautiful campus again. We talked about that earlier here. And the weather could not be better. It was a little bit dicey last week there, Coach. Had some rain at halftime. That stopped.
Well, we couldn't ask for more perfect weather here.
So again, a delay for whatever reason. They're going to move the ball to the near hash mark. Looked like they were going to set it up center. And Cleveland now will come out. 2 receivers to each side. Thompson in the shotgun. He'll be running back to his left. Just underway here. Thompson with the hard count, trying to draw somebody off. He's going to hand that off the right side, and it's going to be brought out to the 30, 35, and out of bounds near the 36-yard line. Malik Gaddy on the carry for the Cobras, and there it is, Coach. That was the run game we wanted to see early.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's exactly what we got. We needed that.
So, second and about 3. We'll make it 2 for the Cobras. Went with a lot of empty backfield last week. Gaddy now still in the backfield with Thompson. He'll be to his right this time. They'll have stacked receivers to the near side. Twin receivers to the far side. Cleveland moving left to right on your devices. They'll hand it off. They'll try the left side this time. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe pick up a yard. And a front lineman for the Ravens looking for a holding call. Wasn't going to get that. And they're going to be a yard short of a first down.
That was a good job. I'll tell you what, he just needed, I think what he should have done was try to work a little bit more outside. If not, then you got to plant that foot and really come back to the inside hard. He just kind of got hung up to dry there. So we got to get this first down right now.
So twin receivers to the far side. It'll be twin receivers to the near side. They'll be in tight formation. Keyshawn Baycoat, the receiver to the outside near us. Thompson going to move Gaddy from right to left. Thompson with the hard count again, trying to get that first down. Back to pass. Looking over the middle. Intended for Abe Taylor. Couldn't hit him. Taylor a big target, but just couldn't connect on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, that was a smart call, but he had plenty of time. He got a little bit of happy feet, and he threw it a little bit behind him. So if he'd have taken his time, he would have got that first down because he had him beat. So it's just he's got to relax a little bit. AB was there.
Joe Barrico on the punt for the Cobras on 4th and 1. Dontrell Nalling. I believe they're going to be the long snapper, making his way onto the field now.
Need that.
Sometimes, Coach, that long snapper takes a moment. Just, we're going to go for it. So Barrico now back to punt. He's going to count them up, make sure they got 11. 13:08 left here in this first quarter. Cobras punting on their first possession. Low snap. Barrico going to get rid of it. It's going to be blocked and it's going to be covered up by the Cobras, but now the Ravens will start 1st and 10 right around the 27-yard line. Actually, where the Cobras started their drive, but snap a little bit slow back there, couldn't handle it, and not much you can do with that.
Well, Renard Jackson blocked the up back. It was his protector right into the punter, and they got to get. It's got to be a catch and punt, and he's just a little bit unsure of himself. Cobras got to fix that.
So the Ravens will start with great field position, 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 27-yard line. 13:01 left here, first quarter. It'll be Webster with the handoff off the left side, past the 25, inside the 25, and brought down near the 21-yard line. So a pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for Detroit.
Yeah, a little counter action. We faked the one, gave it to the other, and that's, again, that sometimes either freezes or makes those linebackers believe that the first handoff is there, and that gives the angle for the running back to come back to that side.
2nd and 4 for Detroit. They'll come out one receiver to each side. Webster in the pistol formation. Back to his left, one to the rear. Double wing left. Some movement up front, no flag. And handoff to the left side, going to spin out. Past the 15, ball's loose, and it's going to be covered up by the Cobras. Lance Mitchell on the carry, coughed up the ball. Cobras get the ball at the 15, and after the punt and kind of the disastrous snap at that point, Cobras are going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Never put it away. Needed to tuck that ball, never did.
12-18 left here, first quarter, no score. We'll try to get you a score from the Ohio Gladiator Mahoning Valley Federals game. So Cobras now 1st and 10 after the turnover. Their first takeaway of the season. Didn't get any last week against the Michigan Gators. They'll come out with twin receivers to each side, stacked to the near side. Thompson in the shotgun, Gaddy to his right. Detroit with one high safety. Now play a 4-man front. Thompson going to pull the ball on the read option. Nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. I believe that's going to be Renard Jackson again on the tackle. I think that's somebody's name we're going to say quite a bit today.
Yeah, but he should have given that ball. I think it would have been better off. I don't know what he was looking at or read. Maybe he thought that he was upfield too far, but he should have gave that one. Either that or he was looking to pass, and it just collapsed quickly.
Clock will continue to run. Call it a loss of 5, so 2nd and 15 for the Cobras. Single receiver now to the near side. Twin receivers to the far side. Abe Taylor will be the slot. Actually, he'll move to the outside. Now Andre Daniels next to him. They'll stack the receivers to the near side as the clock continues to run. Thompson in the shotgun with the hard count. He'll give it to Gaddy. Gaddy trying to get to the outside. Nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down for a loss. And Jalen Searcy on the tackle for the Detroit Ravens.
You got to sustain their blocks up front a little bit longer, Jim. They can't, again, and they're also sinking a linebacker every time. So they have got to think and be smart on this.
3rd and 17 for the Cleveland Cobras. 10:56. First quarter, no score. Cobras with their second possession after causing a fumble. And they'll go to a 2-by-2 set. Thompson in the shotgun. Thompson calling out the signals. And we're going to get some movement up front, and I believe this is going to be a false start against Cleveland. And that'll send him back half the distance.
Yeah, it looks like the right guard jumped on that. It's just that was not good.
And I'm just told after a 6-0 start by the Mahoning Valley Federals, the Ohio Gladiators now lead by a score of 14-6 at Duke Stadium in Marlington.
There you go.
So the Federals playing in Tier 2 of the Tri-Point Football League. Thompson now in a shotgun. He's going to be about halfway back in his own end zone, about 5 yards deep. 3rd down, going to have some movement off the right side. And they're going to say another false start against Cleveland. Going to be on the left side of the line. Looks like that's going to be Jonathan Rorlick. So they'll set him back as well. So, Coach, at this point, you're just looking for room to work.
Yeah, it's this is not good. We got 3rd down and 22, or 23, excuse me. That's a mile. So be safe on this. Don't get fancy down here. But our penning game is that first punt was not good looking. So you really got to be careful.
10:26 left here, first quarter. Cobras now 3rd and 23. Two-by-two receivers for the Cobras. Make that an empty backfield now. Trips receivers to the far side. Again, the Cobras moving left or right on your devices. Thompson in a shotgun. He'll have to get rid of this one. Back to pass. Fires down the sideline. Has a man open. And somehow just didn't come off his hand right. Looking for Andre Daniels down the sideline. Couldn't complete it. And it's 4th down now for the Cobras.
Yeah, but in defense to him, he did. The receiver didn't look back. I mean, he kept running down the field, but you got to look back, got to take a peek. So they were on. I don't know if it was the rush, and he figured, well, just get rid of it. It's hard to say.
So 4th down for the Cobras. They'll try a punt again. Had the first one blocked by the defending national champions. Joe Barrico, his feet going to be set just near the back of the end zone. As we got a little bit of confusion here. Bodies moving around. Of course, we know that as special teams coach. Sometimes it's a little tough.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's hard to set up the special teams when you're limited on your time.
Snap back. Barrico get this one off, but it's going to be off the side of his foot, but it'll take a roll to the 30 and picked up at the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Dontrell Nolan pushing him out of bounds with a return by Ramel Holmes. So the Detroit Ravens will have great field position again as they'll take over 1st and 25 at the Cleveland 25, and again, field position, the problem now for the Cobras.
Yeah, you can't keep playing, on your side of the 30. It's not a good thing. So they've got to get it together offensively. The offensive coordinators have got to go over and sit with that line and talk to them. Also, they started out good. They a couple of drop passes and a couple of things and mistakes. Otherwise, I'll tell you what, they didn't do too bad of a job offensively. So now the defense has really got a hold here.
So Webster now in the shotgun, one back to his left, single receiver to the near side. 3-step drop, fires out to his left, going to be caught. Flag comes out to the 15. It'll be knocked down at the 10-yard line. And I believe he was going to be knocked down by Kev Fortson, but we'll see what the flag is on the play. As the official kind of pointing to himself here. So dead ball. He said encroachment. I think he's going to mean offsides on that. So
yeah.
That'll knock him back 5 yards. That'll negate the gain on the play. So 2nd and 15 now for Detroit.
Well, I don't know which one, but I think he's pointing to a receiver instead of anything else. Those receivers have got to check with the outside officials to make sure that they're not lining up over.
So twin receivers to the far side now for Detroit. Terrence Bates will be the far receiver. Webster in the shotgun. One running back to his left. Single receiver to the near side. Cobras with 2 high safeties. Delayed handoff of the right side, out to the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Lance Mitchell on the carry for the Ravens.
Tim Stevens did a nice job on that tackle. He's tackling high, though. The only thing you're going to do is you're going to get knocked backwards, and you're going to get another 2 yards out of it. So he's got to learn to tackle low, hit, lift, and drive back.
So they'll pick up the penalty yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Ravens. 2 receivers to the far side now. Again, single receiver to the near side. Webster will remain in the shotgun. 8:56 left here, first quarter, no score. Webster, 3-step drop. Again, fires over the middle, and it's going to be dropped at the 13-yard line. And if that was caught, that was going to be in the end zone for Detroit, but a big break for Cleveland.
Yeah, it's the only problem that I saw was Webster. If he would have thrown it from his ear, I think he'd have done a better job. He kind of threw it down and darted it, and that's why it threw behind. He's got to go. If he goes over the top, he might have caught him on the dead run, and that would have been 6 points. He had him on the dead run.
8:48 left here, first quarter. Clock will stop as the Ravens will come back out now, 2-2, with Webster in the shotgun. 3rd and 8 for the Ravens. Webster with the 3-step drop again. Has time, steps up, fires out to the flats. That's going to be complete at the 20-yard line and brought down inside the 15, down at the 13-yard line. Rico Lewis on the reception.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andy Cohn was right there. I don't know how he didn't get him down because as the quarterback was getting hit, he got it there. But Andy did a great job, and I've been watching that up front, and they're double-teaming him like crazy.
Kev Fortson and Durante Nalling on the tackle as the Ravens pick up the first down. Ball marked at the 17-yard line. Trip receivers now to the far side. Willie Padgett will be to the right of Webster in the backfield. We'll have a whistle. as Cleveland will take their first time out of the half. 8:04 left here, first quarter, no score. We're going to step aside for a break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club fitting center, and an Odyssey fitting studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
8:04 left here, first quarter. Ravens with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 17-yard line. Cobras taking their first time out of the half.
At the 1st and 10.
A little extra time here for the Ravens. Willie Lyons and Terrence Bates, the receivers to the far side now. Webster in the shotgun. They'll add Rico Lewis to the trips, receivers to the far side. Webster now with the snap. He'll send a guy in motion to the outside. That'll be Bates. They'll hand it off on the reverse. Had him in the backfield. He's going to be brought down. A beautiful read by Javon Washington. And a little bit of trickery there, Coach, but Cleveland not falling for it.
Outstanding job, because what he got was depth of the ball. So on the reverse, he was standing right there. He didn't overcommit to this side. That's a great job defensively.
Found that open area. That's going to put the Ravens in a 2nd and 16 situation. 7:32 left here, first quarter. Webster in the shotgun. Receivers 2 by 2. Ravens with their second possession of this game. First quarter action here is Webster take a 3-step drop. Fires out to the far side, and it's going to be knocked away by Cleveland. Trying to get a number on that because that was an excellent defensive play. And I can't get a number on that, Coach, and I'm sorry about it because that was
it's number 9, coverage. Jim, but we don't have it on the roster, so.
All right, we'll try to figure that out here.
We'll get that.
Oh, Mike Marshall, excuse me. Silly me, I apologize, Mike. He had a couple big plays last week as well.
Okay.
As Webster now in a shotgun, he'll send a man in motion from right to left. 3 receivers to the near side now. Quick pass out to the near side. Out to the 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. 16-yard touchdown pass from Webster to Ramel Holmes. And that puts the Detroit Ravens up by a score of 6-0 with 7:07 left here first quarter.
Yeah, just got to wrap up, too. We had him probably about the 10-yard line. Again, we don't wrap up. We're trying to bump, and you're not going to bump this team down. These guys are these runners. Everybody's strong, so. But you know what? 7 minutes, and we've done well here so far. But offensively, we got to get it over top of their 50. That's just how it is.
Ravens now with the extra point attempt. Phil Shaver in for the conversion. Webster to hold. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. So it's 7:07 left here, first quarter. The Detroit Ravens, they take a 7-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
7:07 left here, first quarter. Detroit takes a 7-0 lead on a Webster to Holmes pass. Coach, that'll kind of solve the field position problem at this point, as they have played the entire first quarter from behind the 30-yard line.
Oh, yeah, that's just not good. So now we got to get a good return here. People up front got to stay in their lanes, get their guy, count their guy that they're supposed to be, get them off the field, and open up an alley and hold on to the football.
Andre Daniels, the deep receiver for the Cobras. Shaver to kick off for the Ravens. 7:07 left here, first quarter. Ravens up by a score of 7-0. This kick's going to be deep, and it's going to be picked up at the 15-yard line by Tyree Knight. Brought to the far side. Taylor going to get a block. He's going to cut back up past the 30, 40. Flag comes out. He'll be brought down at the 45-yard line, but I think some of that's going to come back, Coach, as the referee and the line judge both threw flags.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of yellow hankies flying over there, and that might have been defensively. Nope.
Well, they're going to point towards the Cobras. We'll see if. So I believe it's going to be personal foul, head contact against the Cobras. Really hard to argue the call, Coach, when you got two officials from different positions throwing the flag, but we couldn't see it in that mass that was going to the far side.
Yeah, I don't get where they called it and how they called it, but it's called. And again, here we go with the mistake. I'll tell you what, he gets to the outside. It's off to the races. He cut back in, stay outside, and we got it, but now we're back in a hole horribly. So on the 15.
Tyree Knight with a great return, but it will be wiped out by the Cobra penalties. 6:56 left here, first quarter. Ravens up by a score of 7-0. They'll mark the ball at the Cleveland 15-yard line. And, Coach, from a play calling standpoint, that really changes what you're going to do here when you go from the 40 back to the 15.
Yeah, it's not good. So we're going to have to be very careful. We can't give up anything cheap, but we have got to keep attacking. Offensive line, got to get it.
Three receivers on the far side now. Wise will be the one to the outside. Thompson in the shotgun. Andre Daniels, receivers to the near side. Handoff off the right side. No, they're actually going to throw it out to the far side. Complete. Going to be brought out to the 20-yard line. Pick up a 5. Actually going to fight for a couple of yards. The official's going to signal for the clock to continue. So, again, Coach, you talked last week about those short passes, how effective they were.
Absolutely.
Cleveland doing the same thing this week. That really kind of beats the speed of a team there when you're throwing it just real quick from that shotgun position.
Yeah, and Forston did a nice job because the first guy came to get him, and he just kind of sidestepped him and then fought for another maybe 2-3 yards.
So Wise and D'Angelo Thompson, the receivers to the far side. Dave Thompson in the shotgun. Andre Daniels, the receiver to the near side, one-on-one. They'll hand it off, and he's back going to slide under and be brought down at the 20-yard line. Lost his footing there. It's going to be Malik Gaddy on the carry.
Well, here's the thing that I see, Jim. Quarterbacks have always had the opportunity to audible out, and they're sinking the ship. So when he goes up there and on the first count, he should have 2 plays called, or he should have a hot call called, because they're sinking everybody now. And you're not going to get anything running the ball, but then you should be able to get short passes off on that.
3rd and 5 as we're going to get a whistle. Cleveland, well, referee going to turn and say Detroit's going to take their first time out of the half. All right, 5:33 left here, first quarter. Ravens take a timeout. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
At 33 left here, first quarter. Ravens take their first time out of the half. 3rd and 5 now for the Cobras. Ball at the Cleveland 20-yard line. Dave Thompson in the shotgun now. So send D'Angelo Thompson to the far side. Malik Gaddy to the right of Thompson in the backfield. Andre Daniels to the bottom. He'll be one-on-one with Antonio Brown, I believe. Hard to see the numbers there. Thompson with the hard count again. Back to pass, pump fakes, and he's going to be under pressure, brought down in the backfield at the 10-yard line. They'll actually say the 12. They'll give him the credit. But that's going to be 4th and long now for the Cobras as they're going to come on for their 3rd punt of the day.
He had 5 guys coming at him. He tried to pump fake and go deep. Unfortunately, they didn't bite on it, nor did he have enough time to do it. So that offensive line, they've got to really take a look and see these guys, and they got to start pointing in one-on-ones because it's just you got too many guys coming at the same time, and you get audible.
Dontrell Nolling out to snap for the Cleveland Cobras. Barico. Punter will be right around the goal line. His heels will line up right along the plane there. 4th down for Cleveland. 4:41 left here first quarter. Ravens up by a score of 7-0 over on City View Sportscast. The Mahoning Valley Federals and Ohio Gladiators in their first preseason game of the year. Barico with the ball. He's going to get rid of this one. This one's going to be a high, short one, end over end, and it's going to take a roll towards the sideline, and they'll mark it near the 31-yard line, and the Ravens will start off 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 31.
Yeah, here we go again. 30-yard line and in. It's just you're giving them too much field to actually you're giving them nothing to go in. 30 and in is just not good for this team. So they have got to do a better job offensively and get the ball across the 50 at least.
Yeah, certainly I don't think Detroit's going to complain about it, so they'll start off with a couple of short fields here. Although impressed so far, you can already see some improvement with the Cobras.
Oh, there's no doubt. But, you know, you're playing the number 1 team. You got to play a little loose sometimes.
Bunch formation to the right. They'll hand this off straight over center. Past the 35, 20, past the 25, inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of 7, so it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Ravens.
Well, I watched the front defensive line on that. Andy Cohn got he got double teamed, but somehow he was able to stay on his feet and make that tackle. Again, 6 yards down the field, which was not good, but it sure kept them out of the end zone.
Clock continuing to run here. 3:50 left, first quarter. Ravens up by a score of 7-0. Jalen Searcy, the receiver to the far side. He'll move his way back in now into the formation as we have a whistle. The umpire going to come in, and I don't know if we're having a chain crew issue. I think we've got that set as the head linesman trying to keep house. Webster now in the shotgun. Now Willie Padgett to his right. Bunch of receivers to the far side, to the right side. Handoff up the middle. Past the 15, 10, 5. And brought down near the 5-yard line. Terrell Lively on the tackle, or at least making the first contact for the Cobras. It'll be 1st and goal for the Detroit Ravens.
Okay, we got a man down.
So a Raven down here. We'll take a second here as he holds on to his left knee. We don't like to see that at all.
No. I'll tell you what, though, Jim. That guard and tackle on the right side, absolutely, they just walled that off and drove their guys to the sidelines, and that opened that hole up.
While they do that, we'll see if he's going to get up or not. All right, we're going to step aside for a 30-second break as they tend to the injured player. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras Cleveland Cobras here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got Gas.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
First and goal at the 6-yard line for the Ravens. Twin receivers to each side. Now Webster in the shotgun. Badgett to the right of Webster. Fired across the middle. It's going to be caught in the end zone for a touchdown on the slant. Detroit takes a 13-0 lead over the Cobras.
Great pattern. Beat his man to the inside, and I watched that throw. Let me tell you what, he bullet right where he needed to do. That was almost in his face mask. That's an outstanding job.
Jalen Searcy, we talked about him in pregame, Coach. Big game last week, 6 receptions, and his first reception today is a touchdown.
Yeah, it's just very sure-handed, got the ball there. I'll tell you what, outstanding job with the quarterback, too. I'll tell you what, he puts it there, Mr. Webster.
So Mr. Shaver now on for the kick. Webster to hold. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 3 minutes left here, first quarter, Detroit takes a 14-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll step aside for a timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras broadcast network here on the iMedia One Network.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
3 minutes left here, first quarter. Detroit with a 14-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. And Dave says we're going to play Tyree Knight one more time, see if we can get that same return, maybe without the penalty, as that set him back on a really good return. Coach, that can kind of bring you down a little bit. You do great work like that, and the penalties will just kill you.
Well, again, we talked about in pregame. Can't have the mistakes that we're making, and it's just no good.
So Shaver to kick off for Detroit. Andre Daniel back to return. Of course, the way Shaver kicks, Tyree Knight will probably be his target. And it looks like Knight will get the ball again at the 15-yard line, brought out to the 20, trying to get to the far side. He'll be tracked down from behind and brought down at the 19-yard line. And Cobras will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And I'm trying to get a number on there for the Detroit Ravens, but he's got his jersey up under his shoulder pads. I want to say that's Cortez Tipton, but don't quote me on that.
I believe it was number 12, Jim, but we don't have a number on the roster, so we apologize.
All right, so moving on.
Sure.
1st and 10, ball at the Cleveland 19-yard line. 2:55 left here, first quarter. Cobras playing tough, however, playing from deep in their side of the field. Cobras going to have to move a little bit quicker here now. We saw a couple of delay of games last week. You hope to clean that up as they'll come out 3 receivers to the far side, twin receivers to the near side. Thompson in the backfield by himself. Knight will be the slot receiver to the near side. Daniel's the outside receiver. Thompson fires and was looking for Baycoat, I believe, on the pass. D'Angelo Thompson. But it looked like Thompson just had a little issue with the turf monster.
It looked like he had 2 left feet. None of them worked. He got entangled in himself. He got twisted around. Poor guy. He had him dead to rights. Great pattern. He just got twisted around. Couldn't get his feet turned. It looked like his body was turned and his feet were in the same direction.
So another case of, coach, things are working. We just got to time them up, and they'll come out in the empty backfield again. 2nd and 10, 3 receivers to the far side. Matt Wise will be the receiver near the sideline, near the Cobras bench. Andre Daniels, the outside receiver here. Tyree Knight, Baycoat also in there. Thompson going to take it himself upfield, try to make a little bit of a move. He'll get to the 20, maybe picked up a yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd, and we'll call it 9 for Cleveland.
Yeah, again, we have to do a better job up front. That should have been blocked to the outside. We just didn't get there. And up front, guys, they're getting a little confused because they're seeing the blitz, and they got to more react to that. That was Wells on the tackle. He basically dipped in and out and got right to him.
So Daniels and Knight to the near side, 3 receivers to the far side, including Baycoat and Wise. Thompson in the shotgun, empty backfield. 2:08 left here. We're going to have a whistle. And Detroit is going to take their 2nd timeout of the half. 2:07 left here, first quarter. Detroit with a 14-0 lead. We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
2:07 left here, first quarter. Detroit with a 14-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. Over on City View Sportscast, it is the Ohio Gladiators and the Mahoning Valley Federals. At last count, the Gladiators were by a score of 14-6. 21-6. Okay, we're getting the update. You could just say it. It's okay. We know. We know Dave's here.
Dave's here.
Dave's here. Man in motion from left to right. They'll go 3 receivers to the near side now. 3rd and 9. Ferris trying to play coy. And Thompson will throw this one into the sideline under pressure to 4th down again as the Cobras will have to punt. And too much pressure for Dave Thompson. Couldn't get anything going there and couldn't find anybody open.
Well, he's running to his right and he was trying to find somebody. It's just not there. Again, problem lies is we got to do a better job up front. But we got to adjust because of that, because of the rush that we're getting. We have to adjust our patterns to. Yeah, again, we needed a first down, but we've got to shorten our patterns up. He was 5 yards past the line of the first down marker.
Well, when you get that kind of pressure and that aggression coming up there, sometimes you look at a guy named Abe Taylor.
Yeah, you just got to hit somebody quick. You know, I don't care how you do it. You just got to get somebody a little bit quicker because these guys are. Bottom line is the front four is eating that offensive line apart just because they're beating them off the ball.
So Detroit trying to get their personnel in line here as Barrico will come out for the punt. Dontrell Nalling, the long snapper, high snap. Barrico get this one down. Better punt this time. This one out near midfield. He'll take a bounce as Nalling will cover it. He'll make sure there'll be no return. And for the first time today, the Detroit Ravens will start in their territory. They'll mark the ball at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a good job. We finally got a decent punt there, so we're kind of dug it out a little bit. But, you know, with a minute 28 in the first quarter, we have got to kind of slow them down here. Let's defensively, we have got to do a better job. Linebackers, they got to read their reads also.
1:28 left here, first quarter. Detroit with a 14-0 lead. Touchdowns coming on 2 Webster passes, 1 to Holmes for 16 yards and 1 to Searcy for 6 yards. And Detroit looking for their, I believe, their 30th victory in a row. So an outstanding program here in Detroit.
Venus Pierogi out.
Motion from left to right. That'll be Bates. Webster in a pistol formation, back behind. They'll give it to him right over center. Take it to the outside, past midfield, and he'll go out of bounds near the 47-yard line. I believe it's going to be Jelani Swift on the run, possibly, for the Ravens.
Yeah, it's 10-yard run. We can't have that.
First and 10, they'll be back in Cleveland territory. Ball marked to 47-yard line. 1:08 left here first quarter. Clock continues to run. But overall, when you talk about Cleveland coming here against the number 1 team, kind of impressed with their performance so far, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, this could be really out of hand right now. I mean, they're down 14, clock running, so.
Triple receivers to the far side. They'll be in a bunch formation. Webster in the shotgun. They'll hand it off. Ball's loose on the ground again, and it's going to be Cleveland ball as they create their second turnover on the day, a second fumble. And Joe Barrico with the ball, the punter actually, who plays defensive line. And after the rough day he's had back there, I'm sure he's happy to get the ball back for them.
Yeah, that was just one check for me. I got it. It was a bad handoff, and he was right there. So here we go now. Now we got to move the ball here. No mistakes. You know, again, 44 seconds. That's okay. No problem. Just get some first downs here. Let's be smart football.
44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Cleveland with their second turnover of the day. Let me correct that. Second cause turnover of the day. Both coming on big hits here, so Cleveland not shying away from contact. As Andre Daniels will be the receiver to the far side. Baycoat to the near side. Two backs in the backfield now with Thompson, one to each side. That'll be Gaddy and T.J. Johnson making his first appearance today. He'll give it to Johnson. Johnson trying to work to the outside, breaks a few tackles. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and out near the 45-yard line. So 2nd and 5 for the Cleveland Cobras, and a good run by T.J. Johnson.
Yeah, and I watched the defensive front line, and we got to do a better job offensive line. We got to get our hands on these guys because they're getting into the backfield. And again, what they're doing is they're also sinking a backer. They're delay blitzing slightly and trying to sneak that backer when they see that lineman turn his body.
And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Farmington Hills, Michigan, where the Detroit Ravens have a 14-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll step aside for a break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One Network.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Second quarter action coming up here in Farmington Hills, Michigan. The Detroit Ravens with a 14-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. And for the first time today, the Cobras on the Detroit side of the 50-yard line, as T.J. Johnson and Malik Gaddy will be in the backfield with Thompson in the shotgun, one receiver to each side. 2nd and 5 now for the Cobras. Handoff to Gaddy. Gaddy kind of run into his own player there, got down to the 41-yard line. He'll be about a yard short of a first down, but the Cobras going to the ground game.
Yeah, that's a good job right there. Run right at him. They got some blocks up front. Now we just got to get a first down here. Keep the sticks going.
Now, we saw flashes of that last week, and we kind of wondered why they didn't go back to the run game. And talking to them in the post game, I think they recognized that they had something going there, but the execution on that last run, though, a little rough. One went left, one went right.
Yeah.
They met in the middle.
Yeah.
But Gaddy doing a great job there. T.J. Johnson now joining him in the backfield. Thompson in the shotgun. Andre Daniels, the receiver to the near side. I believe that's going to be Baycoat to the far side. Thompson with the hard count again. Trying to draw off Detroit, get the easy first down. They'll give it to Gaddy again. Actually, he's going to pull it and be brought down in the backfield near the 46-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 for the Cobras. And, of course, at this point, you're down 14-0. You're more than likely going to go for it.
Yeah, it's that didn't look very good for the offensive line. Again, what they're doing is the defense is going across the face of their guys. So, in other words, they're pulling them to the inside, and that backer's circling around and going up underneath them, and it's just it's not good.
Baycoat now headed to the sideline. He'll take a breather. 4th and 6 for the Cobras. Ball at the Ravens' 46-yard line. D'Angelo Thompson, the receiver, to the far side. Andre Daniels to the near side. Gaddy will be in the shotgun with Thompson to the left of the Cobra veteran quarterback. Thompson with the hard count. There's going to be a flag, and it's going to be a false start against Cleveland. And at this point, Coach, I think that I probably would change my decision and maybe punt it.
Yeah, right now, punt it. Yeah, and it's I believe that's what they're going to do.
So if you pin them back on their side of the field for the first time, maybe open that Cleveland defense a little bit.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, I know the head coach is not happy right now because when a wide receiver jumps, there's no reason for that. You should not be listening to the count. Watch the snap of the ball. Head turned and watch.
So 13:04 left here, first quarter. Cobras now bringing out the punt team.
Like I said, we show an appreciation for the Detroit Ravens 2007 championship team, June 1st here at the Hawk. Detroit Ravens versus Michigan Gators.
Joe Barrico, he'll post up right around his own 38-yard line.
Tickets for that game right now, half off. Meet me at the booth.
Oh.
So short punt going to be picked up past the 32-yard line, brought out to the 35, going to dance around a little bit, and brought down at the 39. Detroit will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. 12:49 left here in this second quarter. Detroit with a 14-0 lead.
Not next week, 2 weeks from now. June 1st.
I have to tell you, Jim, the punting game is not helping them. We're getting 11-yard punts. We had one good punt so far in this game. We got to do a better job up front, and it's got to be catch and punt because that's really hurting us.
12:49 left here, second quarter. Cleveland doing a little bit better job getting in at least near midfield. As Detroit will bring on a few late players. Twin receivers to the near side. As Webster will be in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the far side. 3-step drop. Looks out to his left. Fires down the sideline. And it's going to be incomplete near the 48-yard line. Had an open receiver, but ball sailed over his head.
Yeah, the outside receivers, what they did was they ran a go route. So the DB thought that they were running down the field, and he planted and turned, and the ball should have been caught. It was a little high, but it hit him right in his hands. It went through both of his hands, so it should have been caught.
2nd and 10 for the Detroit Ravens. 12:43 left here, second quarter. The multi-time national champs with a 14-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. Dontrell Nalling, moving up from safety into the slot to the far side. Webster, 3-step drop, fires out to the near sideline. Caught at the 48-yard line. Past the 50, 40, and knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Actually, I'm going to say he went out at the 42-yard line, but that'll be a first down for Detroit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're giving him a lot of room. Boy, they give him a lot of room, and with this team, you're gonna drop a guy off 10 yards. I'm gonna hit him after he takes 3 steps because the DB is gonna go into his drop.
So 1st and 10 for Detroit. They'll mark the ball at the 42-yard line. Must have stepped out just by a hair on this side. Didn't see it myself as they'll come out 2 receivers to each side. Now Webster in the shotgun. 12-16. With a handoff off the left side, Detroit will take the ball down to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Ravens. Over on on CityView Sportscast, the Ohio Gladiators with a 21-6 lead over the Mahoning Valley Federals. The Gladiators playing in Division I this year of the Tri-Point Football League. And the Mahoning Valley Federals in their second year playing in Tier 2. So they will split that up. Coach, you know that was kind of our setup when we were with the PAFL and OFL.
Yep.
So good parity and good games in those leagues. As Webster now in the shotgun. Again, 3-step drop, plenty of time. Fires down the far sideline, has a man open, and it's going to be knocked away by the Cobras. And I believe that's going to be Terrell Lively on the play again. That's his second or third big play of the day.
Yeah, they're mixing some stuff up. Unfortunately, we got two guys that have one that ran off the field, the other one that came on for him. Then I don't have anything, a name or anything on that roster. So unfortunately, we talked about the young man wearing 21 last week, and he just stepped slow. They picked on him, so that's what's happened here. They apparently watch film.
So empty backfield now for Detroit. They'll go through three receivers to the far side. 3rd and 8. Webster in the shotgun. 11:30 left here, second quarter. Webster under pressure. He's going to throw it out of bounds, almost into the first row of the stands on the visiting side. And that'll bring up 4th down for Detroit. It'll be their first 4th down of the day.
And I'll tell you what, that was a great job by the defense. The backs on that top side did an excellent job on coverage, and then we had some heat. I didn't recall who got in there. It may have been Andy. I'm not sure.
So some pressure up front there for the Cobras in that empty formation set. 11:25, second quarter here. Detroit going to go for this on 4th and 8, up by 2 touchdowns. Webster now have a back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Cleveland with 1 high safety. Webster 3-step drop, firing to the near sideline, has a man open, and it's going to be caught at the 5. Cut back in, and it's going to be a touchdown for Detroit. And Detroit takes a 20-0 lead over the Cobras. And I believe that's going to be Ivan. Well, let me get the right number on that. So I believe it's going to be Jalen Brown on the reception for the Ravens. And that will be Webster's 3rd touchdown pass of the day. They take a 20-0 lead.
Well, the DB was right there, and we talked about it in pregame when we were watching them. We said when a ball is thrown, you go to the highest point, and unfortunately the receiver did, but the DB did not get high enough.
So Shaver on for the extra point. Webster to hold, snap back, kick is up. And it's 21-0, the Detroit Ravens in the lead. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One network. Go Cobras.
11:15 left here in the second quarter. Detroit takes a 21-0 lead here in this first half. Webster to Brown for a 42-yard touchdown pass. Shaver with the extra point, and the Ravens take a 3-score lead. As the Ravens trying to find some personnel, or I don't think they have not enough for too many here, Coach. This whole side of the line is kind of looking at each other. And right now, Detroit has 10 players on the field, but up 3 touchdowns. I think you're kind of okay on that.
We got 11 now, Jim.
All right, so I believe that one at the bottom here is going to be on the field. Thought he was on the sideline. But a little bit of a trick play there. Couldn't see him.
They try to hide him.
So Cleveland adjusting their returners, moving them up between the 16 and 18-yard line. Kick back to the 15 as Shaver sets this one up. And they'll kick this one directly to the 15-yard line. By Cleveland, brought up to the 20 and knocked down at the 26-yard line. I believe that's going to be D'Angelo Thompson on the return for Cleveland. Did take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 11:09 left here, second quarter. And right now, the Ohio Gladiators leading the Mahoning Valley Federals by a score of 21-12 over on CityView Sportscast. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch with the call on that, getting ready for the regular season. It'll be our first foyer into this level over on CityView Sportscast. They're out of Duke Stadium at Marlington High School. Coach, some connections over there with the Ohio Gladiators.
Yep, some old Scourge players.
Well, the owners are former Scourge players.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Well, when I was coaching you guys, there were son and dad playing.
Absolutely. So Malik Gaddy now, the running back in the backfield to the right of Thompson. Andre Daniels, the receiver to the near side. Trip receivers to the far side. Actually, they're going to go 4 receivers to the far side. Daniels will take the handoff on the end around. He'll work his way out to about the 28-yard line. May have picked up about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Cobras.
You know, I tell you what, Jim, one thing, back in the day when we played, you knew when you were about to get tackled. You dropped that shoulder and you punished those guys. The guys today, they run too high, and they've got to learn when they're getting tackled to try to accelerate forward instead of trying to outrun them. And that would have helped him. I mean, he had good momentum, and unfortunately just didn't get there. Just drop that shoulder and go.
2nd and 7 for the Cobras. Ball at the Cleveland 28-yard line. Gaddy will remain in the backfield. Thompson to his right. Andre Daniels, receivers to the near side. They'll go 4 wide receivers to the narrow side there, Coach. Interesting there is they'll clog that up. Daniels one-on-one at the bottom. We're going to have a flag on the play, and I believe that's going to be a delay of game. We'll see if we get.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to say an illegal substitution. So I don't know how many players we have.
12, 13. I mean, come on.
Well, when you're down 3 touchdowns, an extra guy will help.
They're in black uniforms. They try to hide.
Well, I mean, that's if you can with green numbers, they camouflage into the field. That's all right.
I see they made a change on the offensive line. Andy Code is playing right guard right now.
So 4 wide receivers to the far side. Andre Daniels one-on-one to the near side. Thompson under pressure, going to be brought down in the backfield, back at the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of 9, and it's going to bring up 3rd down for the Cobras.
Yeah, that was not good. What do we got? Timeout.
So Cleveland going to take their 2nd timeout of the half. 9:46 left here, second quarter. Detroit with a 21-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll step aside for a quick break. You were listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532. .946 left here, second quarter. Detroit with a 21-0 lead. Cleveland with the ball, though. 3rd and an eternity. We'll call 3rd and 20.
20.
Or as Jesse Caldwell would say, 3rd and a cup of coffee.
More like a 64-ounce cup of coffee.
So Thompson under pressure takes the sack on 2nd down. They'll come out with a 4 wide receiver set to the near side now. Keyshawn Baycoat out to the far side, one-on-one. Ravens with 1 high safety. Now they'll send 1 receiver to the backfield to the left of Thompson. Thompson with a pump fake, setting downfield. He's got Baycoat open. It's going to be caught. Oh, incomplete. It looked like he brought that one in. a great look for the Cobras, but that's going to bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Cobras.
Again, play action, fake them out. This is what they have to do with this team. They've got to start running some play action. They got to run some counters because they're just flowing straight to the ball. And that just proved how they can get some points and some yards back. He was wide open.
One of Dave Thompson's strengths has been that read option. And I'm not sure we like the pump fake so much here. We used to have Mike Withrow who would love that one, but sometimes a little bit of wasted motion there.
Yeah, it's got to be careful with that because especially if you've got a strong rush, that's the second that you take to pump fake, and they're going to be on you.
As Barrico now will post up right around his own 3-yard line. So Barrico now going to get this one away, end over end punt. It'll land near the 48-yard line, take a bounce right into the belly of the returner, out to the 40, 35. He'll cut back inside and be brought down at the 34-yard line. Detroit with a good return. Not much height on the ball, so it gave Detroit an opportunity for a good return.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that hit the ground because, boy, it would have been rolling forever.
I think Jordan Crum was one of the initial tacklers in there for the Cobras. So the Ravens will take over in Cleveland territory again, 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 35-yard line. As we have 9:20 left here, second quarter. And again, love the aggression from the Cobras here. You can see they're kind of settling in here on the season. Still got to work on the execution a little bit as now the Ravens will come out 3 receivers, tight formation to the near side. They'll actually shift one now back to the backfield. He'll line up to the left of Webster. Webster with running backs to each side. They'll give it to him right up the middle, and he's going to be brought down. Looked like no gain on the play. And
Corey Stallworth said, "You ain't going nowhere." He took that big paw. He got him big.
Reached out there, and Andy Code down on the field as he's going to take a second to get up. Andy said, "Nope, I'm okay." Dust himself off, and it will be 2nd and 9. They'll actually give him credit for a yard, for some forward progress, but 2nd and 9.
The official signaled him off the field.
All right, so he'll have to take a quick break here. Updated score from CityView Sportscast. It is the Ohio Gladiators 27, the Mahoning Valley Federals 12. Of course, John Galbraith and crew been a guest over on Just Football with Matt Emsch on Wednesdays, trying to get to know the team. As Webster now, 3-step drop, plants his feet, fires over the middle. It's going to be caught at the 25 and brought down at the 24-yard line. Brought down by Tim Stevens. It'll be a 1st down for the Ravens.
Yeah, he just got behind the linebackers, Jim, and all he did was sit, and he was wide open. Good pitch and catch, and then he was able to get a few yards after that. But he sat down in the soft zone. That's a great job.
A great time for Webster back there. And you look at Torrance Webster and the mechanics that he has. You can see why this Ravens offense has been as successful as it has. 3 receivers now to the far side. They'll have a wing to the right, and he'll step up. Now it'll be a tight end for the Ravens. Webster, pump fake, looking out down the far sideline, and it's going to be caught. Is it going to be incomplete? He's going to say out of bounds.
And that should be a 15-yard penalty as well.
Yeah, the receiver threw the ball in the air, but they were able to force the Raven receiver out of bounds. A good effort, but an even better effort by the secondary of the Cobras to that far side.
Yeah, it was double coverage, but, boy, let me tell you what. He climbed that ladder, and he got it, but his momentum got him out of bounds.
7:51 left here, second quarter. Webster in the shotgun, one running back to his left. Trips receivers to the near side. Webster back to pass, fires. It's going to be caught and knocked away at the 12-yard line. And that pass was broken up by Terry Hosey on the defensive play.
Yeah, we have 3 number 14. So
we apologize, and we try to get the names on the back, but when you're busy making those plays, it's hard to see sometimes. So 3rd and 10 for the Ravens at the Cleveland 19-yard line. Trip receivers to the near side. Now Webster in his shotgun. Has a receiver out in the flat. It's going to fire it over the middle. It's going to be caught into the end zone for a Raven touchdown. 19 yards, giving the Ravens a 27-0 lead over the Cobras.
Quarterback makes all the difference. Webster's just, he is putting it right there. His receivers, I'll tell you what, he puts them right where it needs to be, and if a receiver drops the ball, shame on them, because outstanding job. Outstanding.
Detroit Ravens 27, Cleveland Cobras.
So Rico Lewis with the reception for Detroit.
Looks like the Ravens will go for 2.
Gives the Ravens a 27-0 lead. And the Ravens going to bring the offense back out for a 2-point conversion. Handoff up the middle and into the end zone. That'll make it 29-0. Detroit with 7:41 left here in the second quarter. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
$7:41 left here, second quarter. Detroit takes a 29-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. Shaver with the kick. He'll send this one back. It'll be Andre Daniel picking it up at the 15-yard line. He'll bring it around to the far side. Looking for a block, and he's going to be knocked down at the 20. So Cleveland will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And Cleveland making the contact in that secondary. It's the second and third efforts by the receivers from the Ravens that are really paying off for the defending national champions.
Absolutely. I tell you what, these receivers, that you get the ball near them, they're going up and getting them. They're saying that's my property, and that's how it should be. We have got to get a drive going here, and we've got to keep the ball out of their hands, or this can get ugly even more. Go ahead. Sorry, Jim.
7:27 left here, second quarter. Cleveland with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Cleveland in the second week of their Michigan appearances. Last week taking on the Michigan Gators. Thompson in the shotgun, one running back to each side. That's going to be Martucci to his right. He'll give this one to Emeka. He'll actually pull it, throw it out to the far side, complete it out to the 20, and out to the 25-yard line. And a big catch and run, I believe, by D'Angelo Thompson. Thompson fighting for those yards, Coach.
You know what? I like it. Again, quick stuff. That defensive line doesn't get anywhere near him. This is what I like. Now, again, second, let's be smart here. Get little bits.
So Dominic Martucci in the backfield now to the right of Thompson. Emma Calhoun to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. Thompson with the hard count again. Thompson on the option, going to keep it himself, take it upfield, and get out to the 27-yard line. Pick up of 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down, but we're going to have a flag on the play. And from where that flag is thrown, Coach, that could possibly be holding.
Either that or a little personal foul, possibly.
Could have been a face mask, Coach. Could
Dead
it be?
Ball, personal foul.
Against Detroit. So the referee's explaining it, however, we cannot hear him.
Right.
Did not get a signal on what the personal foul was, whether it was a face mask or there is no signal for a late hit. But nonetheless, it'll be a 1st down for Cleveland. They'll move the ball all the way to the 40-yard line. 6:37 left here, second quarter, and Sometimes a little break like that helps. So actually, we put it at the 41.
Yeah, it could have been something verbal, and the official don't want to get it out of hand.
Dave Ferris going to at least attempt to try to get the official. I don't know if he can pull that one off. That'd be impressive. Quick pass out to Andre Daniels, and he'll be brought down by the legs.
Great tackle by number 16.
So I believe it's Hall for Detroit that's going to bring down Daniels. Picked up about a half a yard maybe on the play, if anything.
Yeah. We were in twin set here. It was a quick toss, and we just didn't have enough blocking out there for him to get away. It was just too close.
So 5:53 here on a running clock. Thompson, the receiver to the far side now. Two backs in the backfield with Thompson. Andre Daniels, the receiver to the near side. D'Angelo Thompson to the far side. Emma Calhoun to the left of Thompson. They'll hand it off to Martucci. Actually, Thompson going to pull it again and get out to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 now for Cleveland. And I'll tell you, Slap Thompson does very well with those read options and pulling that ball. He waits to the last second.
Yeah, and that was a good thing because that end come crashing down. So he rode him, and as soon as that end was on him, he yanked it and went on the backside of that on the end. And that's a great job, great read. Now, let's keep moving the ball. Keep getting first downs. You should be 2-down territory anyway. You got 5 minutes to go. Just keep going.
3rd and 5. Let's make it 3rd and 6 for Cleveland. Ball at their own 45-yard line. Same formation. Thompson in the shotgun. Max protection for Slap Thompson. Thompson throwing it down the sideline. He's got Andre Daniels wide open, and he's going to drop it at the 25-yard line. The perfect play called there, Coach, again on that read. Froze everybody, gave Andre Daniels an opportunity to get downfield, but couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, these receivers have really not helped Slap at all because I tell you what, there are a lot of drop balls on that. There you go. There's another touchdown drop. They got to focus here. Don't get excited. You had plenty of time to catch a ball. It was right in the basket.
4:45 with the clock stopped. Cleveland trails Detroit by a score of 29-0. So 4th and 6. Cleveland in a huddle. I don't know if they would go for a pooch kick on this, Coach, but
I don't know.
TJ Johnson will be the receiver to the near side as Martucci and Emmett Calhoun will be in the backfield with Thompson. Thompson with the hard count. D'Angelo Thompson going to go in motion. Now, Slap Thompson going to check his wrist, Coach, here, 4:45. They're going to have to watch the back judge. Thompson waiting for the snap, and they may just let this one go and punt it away. Actually, going to take the snap, throw it over to Calhoun. Calhoun at the 45, drops his shoulder and runs through a Raven, gets on the other side of the 50. And, Coach, I think he's got enough for a first down.
That's a first down. I tell you what, my man put his head and shoulder down and said, "You will not deny me of this first down." That was a great run.
Emmett Calhoun with the catch on the swing pass. Gets Cleveland the first down. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Detroit 47-yard line. 4:16 left here on a running clock. First half action. As D'Angelo Thompson will be out to the far side again. TJ Johnson to the near side. Calhoun and Martucci will remain in the game. Slap Thompson in the shotgun. Thompson with the snap. Down the far sideline, he's got D'Angelo Thompson, and it's going to be intercepted at the 18-yard line. Actually, mark it at the 15 with 3:47 left here in the second quarter. Got a little bit greedy there, Coach. Not a bad call, but just couldn't connect on the pass.
Yeah, I think they should have. You had first down, run the ball a little bit. You got plenty of time. Because now they know you're going to try to go deep on them, and unfortunately, that's just that wasn't good.
No, Coach, that wasn't good.
No, it was not.
Anytime you give them the ball, I guess that's not good at all.
No, that ain't good. Especially when you just got a first down, do something short. Get the running game back in. They're not sinking their linebackers. So give a chance to the running backs to do something. Chip away. You had 3:47, plenty of time. Don't get, as you said, don't get greedy.
So Webster now bring out the Detroit offense, 2 receivers to each side. He'll be in a pistol, 1 running back behind him. Joe Barrico now come out to the left end. They'll hand it off, and a lane to run. They'll get the ball out to the 28-yard line. That'll be enough for a Detroit first down.
Yeah, all they did was run to the outside. They walled down and kicked out, and it was wide open.
So quick back to the line. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Detroit. 3:23 left here in this first half. Webster fires to the near sideline. Caught at the 33-yard line. He'll get all the way out to the 38. He'll be short of the first down. Clock will continue to run as Detroit will go to the up-tempo offense. Actually, they're going to say it's enough for a first down. They're trying to get the chain crew to move.
Okay.
All right, so nice spot on that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from here. People in the way.
So Webster, again, back to the line. 3-step drop. Has a receiver out in the flats. Plenty of time to throw. Fires over the middle, and it's almost picked off. Tim Stevens had a shot at it. And then Mike Marshall also had a shot at it. It looked like it just didn't come out of Webster's hand right.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a whole lot of dancing on that front offensive line. Andy Cote got in the back, and it just had to be a holding call made because he was getting held like crazy. But unfortunately, Ohio team in Michigan. Need I say more?
A little bit of conspiracy there, Coach. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
So Webster in the shotgun. 2:45 left here on the stop clock after the incomplete pass. Quick pass out to the near side. Caught. Slips 1 tackle out to the 40 midfield, and he's headed to the end zone. Detroit with the touchdown. 62 yards. Detroit gets their first running touchdown of the day, and we have a whistle. But do we have okay, the touchdown is good, but we have a flag on the play.
Excessive celebration.
So Holmes with a 62-yard touchdown run. Or excuse me, that will count as a pass. I apologize. Quick pass to the near side here. So Webster will be credited with his 5th touchdown pass of the day, giving the Detroit Ravens a 35-0 lead. Was a flag on the play. It'll be probably an excessive celebration. They will enforce that on the kickoff.
The score, Detroit Ravens 35.
Again, Coach, Cleveland in position for the most part. Had an opportunity for a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, but once he slipped that, Holmes was gone. And really, no one else around. Webster in the shotgun now, 1 receiver to the top. Back to pass, looks out to his right. Pump fakes, nobody open there, fires over the middle, and it's going to be caught. Is it good? Indeed. He will get the 2-point conversion. So 2:33 left here, second quarter. Detroit takes a 37-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
2:33 left here in the half. Detroit with a 37-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. Shavers on to kick off for Detroit. Andre Daniels back to return. And we'll see who gets the return on this, as the kicker has been hitting the upbacks a little bit. Tyree Knight with a couple returns, and it's going to go right to Tyree Knight, actually. Back to the 15-yard line again, 20, 25. And he'll be chopped down at the 25-yard line. Ball's going to come loose. Are they going to say it was loose, or was he down? Detroit says it's going to be their ball. And we'll see if the officials concur.
Number 2 for the Cleveland Cobras.
And no signal as yet, but I would assume that it will remain Cobras' ball here. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 2:22 left here in the half. Cleveland with 1 timeout left.
You got some time, create a drive. Don't get greedy, throwing deep. Just keep whittling away. Run your offense.
I really thought they did a great job with these small passes there, taking advantage of the aggression and just kind of dumping the ball over their heads. But
well, the nice thing, too, Jim, is they're not dropping their linebacker, so he's getting time. So they just got to get open.
So 2:22 left here in the half. Cleveland trails 37-0. Detroit, they score on a 62-yard touchdown pass from Webster to Holmes. That will be Holmes' 2nd touchdown of the day. And that will be Webster's 5th touchdown pass of the day. Thompson now at Martucci to his right. Calhoun to his left. They'll give it to Martucci off the left side. Cut back in. Nowhere to go. Get back to the line of scrimmage. May have picked up a half a yard, but 2nd down now for Cleveland.
Thompson's not real happy because he saw what I saw. You got to hit that outside. Don't try to cut it back. Get to the outside more on that because you have all that purple coming at you here, so work it to the outside. He tried to cut back, and that wave was right there for him.
So Martucci will come out. T.J. Johnson will come on the field. Baycoat will also head to the sideline for a breather. 1:51 left here in this half. And while we certainly expected the Detroit Ravens to be the Detroit Ravens, I think the Cleveland, in terms of physicality and playing right along with them has worked. It's been the big plays, Coach.
Yeah, that's ate him up in the first game with big plays.
Johnson now to the right of Slap Thompson, and McCalhoun to his left. 1 receiver to each side of the field. Thompson with the hard count again. Thompson will keep it himself, take it up the left side. Don't know who he was looking for there. But he'll pick up about 3 yards on the play. They'll get out to the 24. Actually, be a 4-yard gain.
Well, someone was supposed to go, I think, in front of him, and the running back to his right side went behind him, so he slapped just, I don't know what happened.
So Ravens going to take a timeout. 1:15 left here in the 2nd quarter. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on the iMedia One Network.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
$1:15 left here in the first half. Detroit with a commanding 37-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. Cobras with their opportunities, though, as they will have the ball 3rd and, let's call it 6.
Yeah, as you said, Jim, because I'll tell you right now, there were 2 touchdown passes that they dropped. So you're looking at least 14 points that they've left on the field.
Twin receivers to the far side now. T.J. Johnson will move out to the slot. Thompson in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near side. Thompson back to pass under pressure, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4. They'll bring up 4th down as E.J. Bibbs was taking one of the Ravens out to the bus, apparently.
Yeah.
So E.J. Bibbs staying on his block. And the one that he was blocking, not very happy there as he ran him to the sideline. And
he ran him a good 20 yards to the sidelines, but you know what? That's just how it goes. The officials said it was a good block.
Well, that's maybe something you want to watch there as E.J. Bibbs shows you how to do it. But nonetheless, it will be 4th and 9 for the Cobras. They're going to have to punt this one away. As Dontrell Nolling will come in for the long snap. Barrico for the punt. And we're going to get multiple whistles. Don't think we had a timeout here. Everybody kind of taking their time. So Cleveland got the ball in the first half after Detroit won the toss and deferred. So Cobras will kick off to start the second half. Perico now posted up right around his own 10-yard line. Last punt, pretty good one. Got some height, gave him some time. This one, not a bad punt as well. It'll land near midfield and roll to the far side. Going to be picked up past the 50 and returner brought down at the 47-yard line. So the Ravens with 58 seconds left here in this half have an opportunity to put up at least another score, but they'll mark it at the 45-yard line on the Cleveland side of the ball.
Yeah, it don't take much, does it, Jim? I mean, they can score quickly, so.
Yeah, certainly if you had to pick an MVP for the Ravens, it's been that offensive line who has been stout. So 58 seconds left here. Webster going to a shotgun, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. One linebacker for the Cobras, 2 safeties. Webster back to pass. Looking down the far sideline, and that's going to be complete near the 30-yard line. Be a first down for Detroit. Clock will continue to run with 47 seconds, and the Ravens should have 1 timeout left. They'll mark the ball at the 30-yard line. And the official's asking for the for the clock to stop. I don't think it stopped when he went out of bounds, Coach. It's under the 4 minutes, so they may put some time back on the clock. So 51 seconds is what they're asking for on the clock. Empty backfield again for Detroit. First and 10, ball marked at the Cleveland 30-yard line. Webster in the backfield by himself. Empty formation. Back to pass, 3-step drop, plenty of time. Under pressure, fires downfield, and it's going to be picked off in the end zone. They're going to bring it out. Out to the 5-yard line, and couldn't get any help there, but with 34 seconds left, Cobras will at least be able to kneel this one out to end the half. And Terrell Lively, I believe, was the one that intercepted the ball. 3rd turnover of the day for Cleveland.
Yeah, and the reason why that happened, Jim, is because they had pressure on him. They pressured that quarterback, and he just had an errant throw and wasn't able to step into it, so he was short. So that's how he threw a pick.
So 34 seconds left here. Detroit with a 37-0 lead. Cleveland creates their 3rd turnover of the day as we go to the score over on CityView Sportscast in a final. The Ohio Gladiators, they get the 29-12 win over the Mahoning Valley Federals. And they will wrap up their preseason. I believe both teams will be dormant next week, and they will await the kickoff of the June 1st Tri-Point Football League. Of course, those same Ohio Gladiators will take on the Cleveland Cobras. We will have all the action here from Duke Stadium at Marlington High School. I want to say in Marlington, but it's actually in Alliance, or at least in Alliance zip code.
We played there once, right?
We've called games from there.
Okay. Yeah, I knew.
Can't remember.
What's that?
I can't remember. Been so many games.
And I got you by 10 years.
So Thompson now in the shotgun. 34 seconds left here. Looks like they're actually going to try to do something with this. 2 receivers to the far side. Thompson now going to take the ball on the option. He'll get out past the 5, down to the 6-yard line. Clock will continue to run. Cleveland does have 1 timeout, but I think they're going to be content to let this one run out and take it to the half. And indeed, both teams will head towards the sideline as we run down the final 12 seconds of the first half here in Farmington Hills, Michigan, where the Detroit Ravens will take a 37-0 lead into the locker room. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Halftime here at Farmington Hills in Michigan as the Detroit Ravens take a 37-0 lead into the locker room over the Cleveland Cobras. And Coach, score aside, seen some better things today. Saw some of the run game evolve, but one of the things that did stand out, creating turnovers against a very good Detroit offense.
Yeah, you just this is going to be a tough battle, but you know what? They haven't played that bad. The offensive line, because of the blitzing, they got confused and stuff, understand that. But when they stopped blitzing, we started moving the ball. Again, we talked about short passes. Don't go to the well too many times. Yeah, it's okay to test a little bit, but obviously their defensive backs are lightning fast, so they're able to break on the ball a little bit quick. But Cleveland has they have improved since last week, and that's what you want to do. You want to see improvement as you go. Let's face it, you're playing the number 1 team in the nation. They're a very good football team.
And certainly that was the concept coming into these last 2 weeks. Let's play some really tough competition. Let's push ourselves, see how we do, and prepare for that week 1 in the Tri-Point Football League. And so far, they've gotten everything that they've asked for, but you've seen the improvement. You've seen the body language on the field. They're getting there. They're making the hits. Again, maybe some work on the tackling, not wrapping up as well. I think that cost them at least 1 touchdown. But nonetheless, this has been a case of a team getting better from week 1 to week 2, and I would be excited, and I actually am saying I am going to be excited to see that matchup with the Ohio Gladiators on June 1st. I think that Cleveland going to be battle-tested early here as we get into that regular season.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right. As long as they got things to work on, and I'm sure, again, I talk about film, stuff that we did. You gotta watch film and get better. Okay, we can't make this mistake. We got to do this. We got to pick this linebacker up. Defensively, you got to get off your man. I don't care how you do it. You got to pressure those quarterbacks. So they'll be all right. Again, they could have been blown out a heck of a lot bigger, but they were able to hold them a bit.
And certainly Cleveland had some opportunities as well. A couple of drop passes that could have gone for touchdowns. But just weren't able to haul it in at that time. But those are things that are going to get better as we go along.
Yeah, and you're right, Jim. That was 14 points that they left on the field, which ended up points, for them. So, I mean, for Detroit. So, I think they'll be okay. I just got to work a little bit harder, that's all.
Scoring went like this in the first quarter would be Webster to Holmes and Searcy on a 16-yard and 6-yard touchdown, respectively. That would put the Ravens ahead 14-0. In the second quarter, it would be Webster to Brown, Lewis, and Holmes. 4 touchdowns, and they would pick up 2 two-point conversions, and that would bring us to our 37-0 lead for the Detroit Ravens. We're going to step aside here as we continue our halftime. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff of the second half. You are listening to Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge. Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the lighted Par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm gonna do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal.
And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Listen to Grove City College football all season long right here on Western Reserve Radio. Play action for East with time down the field. Got him in stride. That's Drake. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cameron Drake. Give it to Schools across the 50. 45, 40. He's gone. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wesley Schools. Listen to head coach Andrew DiDonato and the Grove City College Wolverines all year long right here on Western Reserve Radio.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Miss an episode of By All Means, and you could miss a lot.
I have the sound up, and I appreciate the guys that do the work now. But it is with great appreciation I see what the guys do, not only the announcers, but also the players. So we've had wonderful playoffs. I mean, single, double, triple overtime games. It's been fantastic.
By All Means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio and streaming live on westernreserveradio.com.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
In the small town of Elmira, New York,
a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Catch sports talk around the clock in the Valley on the iMedia 1 network, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
Third quarter coming up here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia 1 network. Again, our final from over on City View Sportscast. The Ohio Gladiators, they get the 29-12 win. 29-12 win, over the Mahoning Valley Federals. We will see more of the Federals this year on City View Sportscast with Matt Lipsack, Matt Emsch, Mark Means, and whoever else decides to join the party.
Absolutely.
So we are looking forward to bring you double headers here on the iMedia 1 network here on Saturdays. It'll get kicked off on June 1st. Tri-Point Football League action as the Gladiators and the Cobras will go at it. Cobras trying to run one more player out onto the field. Juwan Washington coming out on the kickoff. Dave Thompson to do the kicking. Cobras trailed 37-0. They had the ball in the first half after the Detroit Ravens won the toss and deferred. Detroit now bringing the ball out to the 30-yard line, knocked out of bounds. And Detroit will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
I think that's the worst starting place for
them. So we'll see how the Cobras react here. Again, we saw a ton of good things in the first half, Coach. Score aside. And even as PFA Commissioner Dave Duncan has said, he stepped up, took the challenge to fill these two schedules for the PFA. Hopefully this will have nothing but positive effects as they'll move the ball back to the 29-yard line. That's where Detroit will start 1st and 10.
Every inch helps.
Webster now in the shotgun to start the third quarter. Twin receivers to the near side. No handoff straight up the middle past the 35 out to the 40, 45, and down at the 42-yard line. That'll be a first down for Detroit.
Yeah, just running straight at them is all they did. So just got to buckle that up. Linebackers got to step up.
Able to go down to the concession stand actually here. And what a beautiful night here in Michigan. Still about 71 degrees, clear skies. As we'll have the receivers to each side and wings to each side. Webster trying to motion one of his receivers to the right. Terrence Bates will take that. They'll hand off up the middle. Cut back to the left side, past midfield, and down to the Cleveland 46-yard line. That'll be another first down for the Detroit Ravens. The Ravens going to the ground.
I'll tell you what, their offensive line is just engaging and running their feet. And Cleveland's got to do a little bit of swim action or do something, get them hands off their shoulder pads and do a better job. They're getting blown off the ball now at 10, 11 yards a carry.
So 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 46-yard line. Webster in the shotgun. One running back to his left. Webster, quick pass out to the near side. It'll be caught out to the 45, 40, and brought down at the 35-yard line. Another first down for Detroit. I want to say that was going to be Dontrell Nalling on the tackle, and indeed it is. He'll get up a little bit slow, but nonetheless, had to adjust his hat there.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 now for Detroit at the Cleveland 34-yard line. 12:38 left here, third quarter. Detroit with a 37-0 lead. Webster in the shotgun. Bunch receivers to the right side. Webster back to pass, quick pass, and it's going to be dropped at the 31-yard line. Pass intended for Lance Mitchell. Couldn't haul it in, though.
Yeah, coming out of the backfield, he was open, and he gets that. That could be an off to the races if he beats the one man.
12-10 left here, third quarter. Cleveland will be off for the next 2 weeks. Be back out June 1st. We'll try to bring you the updated schedule for that June 1st kickoff. And we'll have Mahoning Valley Federals football over on City View Sportscast. Cleveland Cobras football here on Western Reserve Radio. So Webster now have three receivers to the right side. Three-step drop. Looks to his right, fires down the sideline. Has a receiver one-on-one. It's going to be knocked away. And an outstanding defensive play. I believe that's going to be Javon Washington. If that's number 23 from a distance, I think we can see it, but indeed a beautiful play. I'll bring up third down for Detroit. Incredible arm strength by Webster, though. That ball just sails through the air.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I was close to the gate when we were coming up, and he's a pretty big boy, and I'll tell you what, his accuracy is amazing, which helps.
Yeah, certainly, and if you give him that much time in the backfield, he's going to do something with it. So Dominic Hanna and Terrence Bates will be the receivers to the far side, twin receivers to the near side. 10:46 left here, third quarter. Bates back to pass. Fires it down the right sideline again, and it's going to be knocked away again by the Cobras, and I believe that's another great play by Javon Washington.
Yeah, he went to the well on that one again. Thought that they could pick on him, but he did a great job. He had great position, but I'll tell you what, it looked like a receiver got behind him just a bit, but he was dropping, and his speed helped him out, collect up that ground.
So great play by the backside corner. Well, for us, it'd be the backside corner anyway.
Yeah, from where we're sitting.
So Webster will bring him back to the line. 4th and 10. He'll take Steve back to pass. Had some pressure. Has a receiver wide open for the Ravens touchdown. 34 yards. And he'll put the Ravens up by a score of 43-0. That will be Webster's 6th touchdown of the day.
What a great throw. These receivers have to make no adjustment at all.
Detroit with a 43-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. He'll bring the kicker out for this one. 9:18 left here in this third quarter. Shaver for the extra point. He's been perfect so far today. Snap is back. Webster will bring it down. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 9:04 left here in the third quarter, Detroit takes a 44-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on the iMedia One
During
Network.
the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Just a little over 8 minutes left here in this third quarter. Detroit with a 44-0 lead. Take a look at the schedule for week 1 of the Tri-Point Football League. Stark County Wolfpack, they will visit Youngstown to take on the Mahoning Valley Federals. And the Appalachian Thunder will take on the West Virginia Leviathan. WPA Wildcats making their return to take on the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. The Erie Express and the Steel City Bobcats will go at it. As Shaver will send this one right back down to Tyree Knight. Knight trying to get across to the field. He's going to be tracked down. Flag coming in. And it's at least 2 officials throwing it in the same directions. We'll see what the infraction is, but Tyree Knight with another return. Try to get to the other side of the field. Nothing going over there as we wait for our referee to give us the signal. Coach, two official, and it's going to be a personal foul. Head contact against Cleveland. I'm not sure what they are constituting head contact, though.
Because it's offense.
Unless they're using the signal as a blindside block. So they may be using that.
That could be.
And that may be where we're misinterpreting it. Usually that is for head contact, but that will set them back half the distance.
And that was Lance Mitchell who ran down there, their starting tailback, who absolutely decleated somebody and went over him and was able to run him down and make that tackle. So this team plays all aspects.
So Cleveland now 3 receivers, 2 at the far side. I'm not sure what's going. The official looks like he wants to do something with the flag. E.J. Bibbs is having a conversation with them. So
well, we're trying to find out who threw the flag.
There we go.
That was a nice toss.
We will return it to the head linesman,
rightful owner,
who runs the chain crew for the officials. That is to the far side. Thompson will line up in the shotgun in the empty backfield set. 3 receivers to the far side. Johnson will be the inside receiver. Twin receivers to the near side. Thompson back to pass. Fires down the sideline. Has a receiver. Some contact going on there, and we're going to get a flag.
Oh, yeah.
And now the question is, who is it against? There was a lot of hand fighting there.
Yeah, but it looked like the defensive guy was holding his jersey, so it has to be on the defense.
Well,
got to be.
And I'll say by both teams moving towards that. I don't know. Cleveland's moving back there. And
first down.
Okay. So they will mark the ball, I believe, at the 22-yard line. Make the a little confused, Coach. I got to be quite honest.
It don't take much anymore.
So not a spot foul. Here is the ball will be marked at the 23-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Empty backfield set. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Under pressure. Nowhere to go, and he's going to be brought down from behind. He'll lose a couple yards on the play. And it'll be second down for Cleveland.
Yeah, here's the story of the game, Jim. They get positive yards and positive things, and then the bottom falls out real quick. But
well, and you've seen the improvement, and like you had said off the air, it is now developing the consistency.
Yes.
And I'm sure that head coach Adam Rogerson will be looking forward to that as we get into week 1.
Film. So
Andre Daniels will be the receiver to the far side, along with D'Angelo Thompson and TJ Johnson. Twin receivers to the near side. Slap Thompson with the hard count, and he's going to get his own guy on that one. Unfortunately, Rorlick with his second false start of the day. That'll set him back 5, and sometimes you become your own worst enemy, Coach.
Well, I would have probably had a coronary on the sidelines by now because of the receiver.
I'm sure that guard moving would probably have done it too.
I thought they called it on the receiver because he jumped too.
Well, I believe they're going to have Rorlick on that, the right guard.
Okay.
So quick pass out to the left side. That's going to be caught out to the 20 and down to the 22-yard line. TJ Johnson on the reception. That'll bring up third down. That'll get them a little bit closer to the original line of scrimmage. But they'll get right back to the line with 4:55 left here, third quarter. So Baycoat, the receiver to the near side in the Twins formation. 3 receivers to the far side. Thompson barking out a few last-second orders. You got to watch with him. He has that hard count as he'll be under pressure here, and he's going to go down. Thought he was going to slip that tackle down at the 12-yard line. Jordan Crum got beat on that on the offensive line, but Thompson thought he was going to break that one, but couldn't get his feet planted.
Well, I'll tell you what, their defensive line, watching those edge rushers, they're fast. They're not real thick, but they are fast, and that's what's killing Cleveland on the edge because our tackles we're not getting a big enough shuffle from our feet, and they're just too fast for us. We're not getting there.
Borrego back to punt. He'll post up right around his own 2 or 3 yard line. Under 4 minutes to play here, third quarter. And we have a couple of late additions to the punt team. Raven returner will make his spot right around the Cleveland 40-yard line. 3.5 minutes left. A little bit of a high snap. Borrego will get this one off, but it's going to be a high, short punt, end over end, and it's going to kind of die right around the 30-yard line. It'll be down by Cleveland. Detroit will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 30-yard line. 3:19 left here.
The punter got run into, but he stood there. Now, personally, I would have taken a big nosedive on it, and he probably would have got the call. He did.
So
he got run in there.
A bad acting job by the punter.
Bad acting because he
right,
didn't
well,
act.
That's something you did learn, or you got to learn, excuse me. Get a score from over on CityView Sportscast. The Ohio Gladiators get the 29-12 win over the Mahoning Valley Federals. The Gladiators, Week 1 opponents for the Cleveland Cobras. The Mahoning Valley Federals will take on the Stark County Wolfpack. That game at St. Christine's in Youngstown.
Played some games there.
Webster back to pass under pressure, and Webster going to take a hit, but he got the ball away, and it's going to be caught inside the 5-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for Detroit. That's the first time they've had contact with Webster today.
Yeah, I mean, they were close a couple of times, but he got belted on that one. But absolute perfect throw.
So 1st and goal for Detroit. 2:20 left here, third quarter. All touchdowns coming by way of the passing game. Webster now rolling out to the left side, fires across the middle, and it's going to be complete in the back of the end zone. 4-yard touchdown pass for Webster, coming at 1:59 of the third quarter. And I didn't get a name or a number on the reception. He caught it in the back of the end zone, Coach.
He's coming this way. The player with the green gloves.
As the Detroit will line up, it'll be Jalen Searcy with his second touchdown of the day.
It's just these guys are spot on with their catches and passes, and this is why they were number 1.
Webster looking for the corner of the end zone, and this one's going to sail out of bounds. So 1:59 left here, third quarter. Detroit with a 50-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio. We're back after this.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Two minutes left here, third quarter. Detroit with a 50-0 lead over the Cleveland Cobras. And Torrance Webster throwing his 7th touchdown of the night. So the passing game of the Detroit Ravens, absolutely impressive, Coach.
Yeah.
And this hasn't been an issue of Cleveland not challenging on these plays. It's just been great passes, great catches.
Yeah, great patterns, receivers that are catching balls. Again, we dropped 2. These guys, I mean, everything's right there. They're real precise on their patterns, on their catches, and the quarterback, I mean, he's just he's phenomenal. He's done a great job.
So Shaver going to kick this one to Emmett Calhoun, who is going to step out of bounds. I think he would have been better off maybe putting a foot out and then catching it. But that'll give him the ball at the 18-yard line.
We'll let it go out of bounds too, Jim.
Yeah, certainly would have had better field position. And Emmett, I know, trying to get a good return there, and he might have had opportunity to get up the sideline, but hindsight being 20/20. Just under 2 minutes left here in this third quarter. Cleveland will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Cobras trail by a score of 50-0. Detroit ranked number 1 in the nation, only ahead of the Racine Raiders. Coach, and that is a legendary program over there in Racine, Wisconsin. They won the GDFL National Championship last year, won the Gridiron Bowl.
Yeah, well, we need to book a flight, maybe go up there. That'd be all right.
Well, it is quite the sight from what I hear. They've been at the historic Horlick Stadium.
May I say they sell beer there. I'm good.
That is what I am told. There is a beer license there. And Dave smiles.
Of course he smiles. Why could you not?
So I don't know the original actual year for Racine, but I'm told it is in the 50s when they were established.
Wow.
And they are a phenomenal program here. As Thompson now will have one running back to his left and right. Twin receivers to the near side, moving left to right on your devices. Thompson with the handoff. They'll try to get out to the outside, cut back in, past the 30, and that'll be Gaddy down to the 24-yard line. Pickup of 5 or 6 on the play as we run down the last 39 seconds of the third quarter.
But that's what they need to do. They need to get open. They need to just keep chipping away now.
And quite frankly, there have been moments with the run game that have been really good as well. And again, you hit it right there with the word consistency.
Yep.
Some talent here, and it's just going to be a matter of time before you start to see this click a little bit better here. Thompson in the shotgun now. Gaddy to his left. It's going to be T.J. Johnson to his right. Twin receivers to the near side. Gaddy again with the run. Going to break a tackle, get past the 25, down to the 26-yard line. Pickup of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and short. We'll have a Raven down on the field. We'll see if he just needs a moment to collect himself or looks a little shaken up here, but we'll give it some time here. Coach, we'll talk about the schedule coming up June 1st as we come to the end of the third quarter with an injury. Matter of fact, we'll step aside for that timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about the schedule and check on our injured Detroit Raven player. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio. We're right back after this.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112.
Fourth quarter coming up here from Farmington Hills, Michigan. And we'll go back, take a look at the schedule again for week 1. We talked about the WPA Wildcats. Johnny Ray and crew making their return as they will take on the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. The Erie Express will take on the Steel City Bobcats. The Ohio Legends and Ohio Bears will go at it. The Port City Spartans will take on the Columbus Fire. Columbus Fire making their way from the GDFL to the Tri-Point Football League. And of course, the Cobras at the Gladiators. We'll get you kicked off here on Western Reserve Radio. As we will flip sides of the field now. Cleveland moving right to left with Thompson in the shotgun.
Little delay with the sticks, Jim.
Yeah, I think the chain crews. Oh, no, they're in the right direction. Okay. Sometimes a little union issue there. As we'll wind this one down, head back over to Northeastern Ohio after this. Get ready for the 2024 Tri-Point Football League season. As we'll try to get this one started here. Looks like everything's in order. We'll wait for the whistle.
Well, we see a lot of different numbers up front also.
So, Slap Thompson. Quick pass over the middle. And it was a pass intended for Bayco. Went off his helmet. I thought there was a little bit of contact there maybe, Coach. No flag on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Cobras. And not a bad pattern in pitching, almost a catch.
Again, it was there. I mean, he threw a little pepper on there, which he's supposed to.
So clock will continue to run here. 14:49 left in this game. I want to thank Dave Duncan, Sandy Timpton, the commissioners of the PFA and Tri-Point Football League, respectively, for working together, putting this game together. It's the first time we've got to see the Detroit Ravens ever. As D'Angelo Thompson will be the receiver to the near side now. Dave Thompson in the shotgun. Johnson and Gaddy, the running backs. They'll hand it off. Up the middle, past the 30. It's going to be a 1st down for the Cobras. T.J. Johnson on the carry. Gives the Cobras a 1st down. And again, we see the run game and from being effective. And you got to like that.
Yeah, I mean, now you build. It looks like they've taken a lot of their first-teamers out, but there's nothing wrong with that. This team's good. Okay, work on the stuff you need to work on now. You're 50 points down. Get your running game going. Get your short pass. Work on this stuff.
Yeah, certainly this is an opportunity, and against really good competition. Again, that was the theory, Coach, was battle test yourself in the preseason, get ready for the regular season. As Thompson will keep the ball, he'll take it past the 30, maybe down to the 31-yard line. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down now with 13 and a half minutes left in the game.
Well, this is, again, they try to quarterback draw. Take what they give you.
What you talk about organizations that have had longevity, and we take a look back at the Ravens and the history they've had. 30 wins in a row, multiple national championships, and you can see why in everything that they do. They execute very well.
And they do, but you could see they have some top-notch players, Jim. You have athletes down there, and that really makes a difference.
2-by-2 set for the Cobras. Thompson trying to set his feet, steps up in the pocket, and going to throw this one out to the track. I think Jamar Fleming actually caught that one, the defensive coordinator for the Cobras. So 3rd down for Cleveland. So head coach Adam Rogerson will get the Cobras ready for week 1, 2 weeks away. And the PFA actually a month ahead of the Tri-Point Football League. They started their season on the 1st Saturday of May. And this is actually kind of worked out, Coach, there when you got games that you got to fill. The Tri-Point Football League teams have stepped up.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the travel's a little bit much, but, you get a game.
Yep, two receivers to the far side now. Matt Wise will be the single receiver to the near side. Thompson in his shotgun with the hard count. Back to pass. Looking for Matt Wise. Some contact there. I know they're going to let that one go, Coach. I thought it was just enough to knock him off his pattern. And
wow.
Maybe should have gotten a call on it, but the officials not agreeing with me.
I agree. That should have been called. He was pushing them all over the place. He had no opportunity to get to the ball.
And Matt Wise was one of the receivers last year that really had a breakout season. He became a deep threat for the Cobras. And they got that matchup down there. He was one-on-one with Dominic Hanna.
Now we have some confusion here. Nope, we're going to punt.
So Barrico back out to punt for the Cobras. They'll snap this one with just under 11 minutes left in the game. And Cleveland is going to take a timeout with 11:10 left here in the 4th quarter. We will step aside for a break as well. You're listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on the iMedia One Network. We're back after this.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. for your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. Go Cobras.
11-10 left here in this game. Looking around here, trying to get you some scores from around the minor league level here. And it's Lockport Wildcats. They get a 20-18 win over the Washington Hawks. Curtis Gardner out there with the Hawks again this year. Michigan Bills and the Racine Raiders are going at it. We'll try to get you a score on that one. That should be a great matchup out there in Wisconsin. As Thompson now will be in the backfield. Oh, they're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 10 for Cleveland. Thompson in an empty backfield. 11-10 left here, 4th quarter. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side for the Cobras. Thompson, 3-step drop. Plants, fires over the middle. It's going to be caught out at the 40. And it's going to be a face mask at the 42-yard line. Matt Wise on the catch. He got spun around by his helmet. He popped right back up. You can see he got up a little bit slow, but even if he didn't get the first down, the face mask is going to give it to him.
Yeah, he would have. I think if he wouldn't have grabbed his face mask, he had enough momentum to get in.
And that was kind of a scary one there, Coach. Grabbed onto it, held onto it, and spun him around by his head. Certainly you don't want to see that. That's a dangerous play. As 11 minutes come up here in the 4th quarter.
The officials were right on it as well, so I 100% agree with you.
I think he got the ooh from the crowd, which was confirmation.
Yeah.
And Matt Wise with his first reception of the night. You can see him kind of moving his head around. He's probably going to be a little stiff on that ride home.
That hurts.
But same formation now, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the near side. 1st and 10, ball at the Detroit 45-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Quick pass out to Daniels. Daniels past the 45 down to the 40-yard line. He'll be brought down by a host of Detroit Ravens. Actually going to push him out of bounds. Clock will continue to run. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Cleveland. And if you're Cleveland, Coach, if it was me, I'd want to get into the end zone, leave with a positive taste in my mouth.
Yeah, well, you know what? You got a positive taste. You're already driven down the field against this team, and that's a good thing. That's a good feeling. Do what you got to do. Work on some stuff. Now, what have they been doing, Jim? Short passes. Short, quick passes, and it's paid off for them.
Yeah, certainly they got some athletes on the Cleveland side that can pick up yards after the catch.
So you put the ball in their hand.
Trip receivers to the near side. Daniels, Thompson, and T.J. Johnson. Twin receivers to the far side. Matt Wise will be the slot. He's still in. Thompson. Back to pass, fires down the sideline, and he's going to be tripped up. He's looking for Matt Wise again. We're going to have a flag, and that should result in another Cleveland first down. 9:22 left here, 4th quarter. Cobras looking to get into the end zone. And I guess that could have been argued either way, Coach. That could have been incidental contact, but certainly he went down because of the contact, knocked him off his route. And if you're Cleveland, you'll take it.
Yeah, no, absolutely you will. Coach is arguing, says that it's non-catchable, but when you're getting knocked down, you have no opportunity to run underneath it.
He'll make it not catchable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's how it goes.
9:13 left here, 4th quarter. Cleveland will have the ball 1st and 10 and at the Detroit 25-yard line. Emmett Calhoun now in at the slot to the left side here of the twin receivers. Twin receivers to the far side. T.J. Johnson to the right of Thompson in the shotgun. And off to Johnson off the left side. Got a little room to run. He'll get out to the 20, lower his shoulder, and go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pick up a 5. T.J. Johnson with the strong run. He'll go out of bounds. Clock will continue to run. 8:41 left here, 4th quarter.
You know, it's funny because the coach still out there complaining that it shouldn't have been called, but you're winning 50-0. I mean, really, Coach?
Yeah, that's that reminds me of somebody else used to coach. on the sideline.
I don't resemble that, thank you.
I didn't say you resembled him. That would mean it was somebody that looked like you. Anyway, trip receivers to the near side.
Face for radio.
There's Emmett Calhoun now the slot. T.J. Johnson to his right in the trips receiver formation. Twin receivers to the far side. Johnson waiting for the snap. Back to pass. Under pressure. And he's going to be brought. Actually, ball's going to come loose. Detroit's going to have it, and they're going to return it from the 28-yard line. And this is going to be a defensive touchdown for Detroit. They're going to return this one 72 yards. And I think he got horse-collared by his own player actually going into the end zone. That'll make it 56-0 in favor of Detroit. And that will stall out the best drive of the night for Cleveland.
Yep. They blitzed on that, and he had nowhere to go.
So Detroit scores on defense 72 yards to make it 56-0. Trying to take a look at the Detroit schedule as well to see what they're going to do. Maybe if Dave Duncan's listening, he can, or somebody can hand it to me right in the box. The timing on this is impeccable. So the Ravens on their way to a win tonight. They've already got wins over the Northern Kentucky Wolfpack and the Indy Bison. And on May 25th next week, they will take on the NEO Pit Bulls in the Hall of Fame Classic. I'm going to assume that that is going to be in Canton. And they will continue their schedule June 1st as they take on the Michigan Gators. Of course, we saw them last week here on Western Reserve Radio. And they'll follow that up by the Michigan Bills, the Cincinnati Dukes, the Sin City Bucks, the Motor City Rams, and they will round out the regular season with the Glass City Tigers. Detroit, part of the Players Football Association, headed up by Dave Duncan. And for my radio nerd friends, got to talk with Don Wadowitz earlier from the Racine Raiders as he was going to do stats tonight and let other members of the crew step in. So Don actually kind of trained in the next generation of Racine Raiders broadcasters. I think that's what it was. Don, absolutely a legend over there. I joke with him, but every time the Racine Raiders come up here, I just want to know, is Don Wadowitz coming?
I bet you he's originally from Walla Walla, Washington.
Oh, he is a fixture with the Racine Raiders, and I can talk about that program out there. Their audio and visual department grows by leaps and bounds every year.
Gee, I wish we had that.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Fire over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, so the two-point conversion no good. 7:32 left here, fourth quarter. We will step aside one more time here. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network all along the iMedia One Network. We're back after this.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
.702 left here, fourth quarter. Detroit up by a score of 56-0. Cleveland will get the ball again, coming off probably their best drive of the night. Slap Thompson moving him downfield, but he'll take the sack. And the Detroit Ravens pick up the fumble, return it 72 yards for the Raven touchdown, making it 56-0. Coach, we've been on both ends of these nights. You know, when you're either up by that or you're down by that. And preseason, I think there's something to learn is they'll kick this one off. It'll be Emmett Calhoun. At this time, he'll get the return. It's out to the 15, 20, out to the 30, and he'll slide down. Ball's going to come loose. And I'm not sure that this isn't going to be a non-contact injury for Emmett Calhoun. Ball went down. I don't think it's going to be a turnover. And in recent years, I know the NFL players, well, we have a flag on the play. Somebody is saying something there that they don't like, but NFL players have been complaining about this turf. So the non-contact injuries. I believe that's what that might have been, Coach, not sure.
There was a whole lot of everything going on over there, so there were some big hits going on too, Jim. Here's the thing, though. They used to complain about the muddy fields and how they guys would slip and tear ankles and tear knees and twist them. Then they went to these. All depends on what shoes you wear, too, Jim. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, certainly it's cooling off a little. It was a little bit humid out today. Not real humid, but as the temperature drops and that moisture hits the field, you might slip and slide a little bit more, but hopefully I think Emmett got up and made it to the sideline.
I don't know what the discussion is. I don't know if they're saying it's.
Well, and I guess the question is, was it a fumble?
Right.
Recovered by Detroit, and with a score 56-0, I don't think it's an issue. However, Cleveland's going to have the ball first down with 6:11 left in this game.
We had a 15-yard penalty just walked off.
And certainly we would love to see Cleveland get into the end zone here. They'll leave on a positive note as they prepare for week 1 against the Ohio Gladiators. And while, Coach, I know there's going to be frustration that's going to set in for the Cobras. You chose to play this schedule. You know why you're doing it, but certainly you have expectations of yourself, and it's been tough the last 2 weeks, but we'll see how this is going to pay off in just a couple Saturdays.
Well, that would be my speech to my team in saying, just remember this. Now you played the number 1 team, and they took you to the woodshed. Now it's our turn. Now we're in our league. Let's go get them, boys.
Yeah, certainly, again, we're excited to see what the Tri-Point Football League has for us this year. And one thing we've seen with Tri-Point, honestly, for the most part, has been a lot of parity, not a lot of blowouts here. There's been some good games here, and it's been a league that has been for the smaller area teams.
Yes.
And it's really been entertaining.
And you know what? And that's how it should be. Who wants to come and, it's a great team. Yeah, this is what you got. All right, snap.
Thompson in the shotgun, one running back to each side, twin receivers to the near side. 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 43-yard line. They'll hand this one off up the middle, and he'll make it out to the 47-yard line. That's going to be T.J. Johnson on the carry, and he's done a good job tonight. Hits the holes fast, and he runs hard.
Yep. Well, I think they'll be fine in the league. I'm sure they're going to win a good amount of games. This was tough. This was rough.
And certainly, if you're a team that has to face them in the regular season, you have to think, they have played teams of this caliber this year.
Sure.
What are they going to bring when we face them in the regular season? And I would not let the score tell me that the Cleveland Cobras are not very good.
Oh, no, not at all.
So twin receivers to the near side. Go max protection again. Running backs to each side of Thompson. Single receiver to the top. That's going to be Matt Wise. Good to see him in there. Looks like he's shaking off that face mask that he kind of got twisted around in. Now hand this one up to Johnson. Johnson break it out to the left side. He'll cut back in and bring it down to the 46-yard line on the Detroit side of the ball. Just about 4 minutes left in this game. And again, we see Cleveland with the successful running game. And you kind of wish that they would kind of go to that a little bit more, establish that run, and would really open up the pass.
Again, you're talking about old school football with me. I believe you got to run the ball, get them backers up leaning. Now start throwing the quick passes over the middle or some dumps. The things that you don't see now is tight ends. I'll tell you what, a tight end against this team could eat them alive.
Yeah, and you certainly, we talk about the tight end position, something not utilized much, but we'd like to do that. It was something that really you had to account for.
Absolutely.
So Thompson in the shotgun, back to pass, steps up, fires down towards the sideline, hits Andre Daniels. He caught it. I think he might have lost a shoe in the process. And it's going to be another first down for Cleveland. Back shoulder pass to Andre Daniels.
Yeah, he got it. Good pass, good protection, good job. See, they want the shutout. That's what they're arguing. They want to keep them out so they can have that donuts.
And if you're on defense, certainly that is an accolade for you. We sure know that with old Coach Noble there.
Yeah, and he used to bring you guys donuts. I said, that's just what they need.
Get quarterback.
Get quarterback.
That was
Was
the
simple.
Famous defense.
That's it.
Known worldwide. So Gaddy to the left of Thompson in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. 2:28 left here in this game. Thompson waiting for the snap. One high safety for the Ravens. Thompson going to fire to the sideline. Caught by Daniels. And he'll get inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2:16 left in the game. A 31-yard touchdown pass from Thompson to Andre Daniels. And the Cobras find the end zone for the first time this season. And there's that positive feeling we hope they're going to take with them back to Northeastern
And again,
Ohio.
great pass. He had a little bit of heat on him, but he stuck in there, threw it dead to him. But this, very easy that score could have been right now, could have been 21. Because we saw some of the drop passes that we had that could have literally walked into the end zone. So these are all positives.
So Cleveland going to go 4-2. .148 left in the game. We will be back with you on June 1st as Cleveland travels to Alliance to take on the Ohio Gladiators. Gaddy to the left of Thompson now. T.J. Johnson to his right. Matt Wise will be the single receiver to the top. Daniels and D'Angelo Thompson, the twin receivers to the near side. Cleveland for the two-point conversion. Thompson back to pass. Under pressure, going to fire over the middle. Nobody there. Not sure who he was looking for, but that's going to be no good on the conversion with 1:05 left here as the clock will continue to run. Officials will do the smart thing and let this one go.
Oh, yeah.
56-6 is the score. And Cleveland, again, continuing to show improvement, showing some things that they can do.
Oh, absolutely, Jim. I think they're going to have a good year. They're going to go back. Their coach is going to make adjustments and stuff, and I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, certainly in these games like this, you find out who you can depend on, who's able to step in at those times here, and they have a plethora of running backs and receivers. And right now it's about finding that right combination.
Well, party's over, Jim.
And with just 10 seconds left, they will run this one down as the Detroit Ravens, they will get the 56-6 win over the Cleveland Cobras. We will step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, we will wrap it up here at the Harrington Sports Complex in Farmington Hills, Michigan. You are listening to the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network here on Western Reserve Radio.
The Mahoning Valley's leader for golf, Milk Creek Golf Course, is now booking tee times for 2024. We offer stay and play opportunities available with 9 area hotel partners. For more information, visit our website at millcreekmetroparks.org. Also, look for new, exciting opportunities coming soon, including an indoor player development center with Trackman, an indoor Callaway Club Fitting Center, and an Odyssey Fitting Studio in 2024. Follow us on Facebook at Milk Creek Golf Course or call 330-740-7112. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Back here one last time at the Huntington Sports Complex in Farmington Hills, Michigan, where Detroit gets the win over Cleveland by a score of 56-6. And the story of the night, of course, would be Torrance Webster with 7 touchdown passes on the night for Detroit. And Slap Thompson, he finds his way into the end zone by way of the passing game. Hits Andre Daniels for a 31-yard touchdown pass. Cleveland gets into the end zone. Again, Coach, score aside, we saw a huge improvement from last week to this week. Saw more contact. Cleveland creating 3 turnovers against the number 1 team in the nation. A lot to be said for that. And for the next 2 weeks, I think it's just kind of fine-tuning everything, getting the right people in the right positions, and getting ready for that Week 1 Tri-Point Football League game.
Yeah, I tell you what, they brought the house today. Unfortunately, they just didn't have as many warriors as they did. Again, nothing to be ashamed of, but got to go home, ice it up, and then have a couple practices before your opener, and just watch film, get better.
And I think one of the practices I always had as one of the owners and you as the head coaches, we like to have that week off between week 1 of the regular season and the non-league season, to do that, heal up, and kind of fine-tune things a little bit here. So Cleveland, we're seeing a pattern here we're familiar with, and really I think it's going to work to their benefit.
Yeah, it's funny. We talk about Zoom meetings today, and these were things that we did back in the day with us coaches.
It was a very rudimentary version at the time.
It was. But you know what? It worked. It really did. We're down in my basement and doing what we need to do, and it was, I'll tell you what, the guys appreciate it, and we had a good response.
Yeah, certainly. We were trying to be innovative at that time when things were really starting to ramp up in terms of being able to go face-to-face with these direct video feeds, whether it be on your cell phone or whatever the situation was, and we're seeing a lot more of that now. Kind of the standard now as opposed to the exception. Again, we'll take a look at the Week 1 breakdown for the Tri-Point Football League. Of course, you can hear the Mahoning Valley Federals take on the Stark County Wolfpack on CityView Sportscast. Time to be determined on that. State's 5 o'clock. I think it's going to be a little bit earlier than that, maybe 4 or 4:30. We'll keep you up to date. It will be the Appalachian Thunder and the West Virginia Leviathan getting together down in the West Virginia area in Week 1. The WPA Wildcats making their return under owner Johnny Ray, taking on the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. The Erie Express, they make the jump from the Gridiron Developmental Football League over to the Tri-Point Football League. They'll take on the Steel City Bobcats. Down near Columbus, it will be the Ohio Legends and the Ohio Bears going at it. The Port City Spartans will take on the Columbus Fire, their first year here in the Tri-Point Football League. And, of course, the Cleveland Cobras will make their way to Alliance over to Duke Stadium to take on the Ohio Gladiators. Gladiators get the 29-12 win over the Mahoning Valley Federals today in Alliance. Of course, you heard all that over on City View Sportscast. So, Coach, overall, if you are Coach Adam Rogerson, you're on your way back on the bus, you have this time to talk to him. What is your message to your team?
Well, you know what? Go home, ice yourself down, get some relax, and then we just got to get better. If you could get on and watch film and do what you have to do, see what the mistakes you've made, see how we got to get better. We'll come back after, we'll say, a week off and start preparing for our season.
And certainly the season won't be an easy start as they take on the defending Tri-Point Football League champions and the Ohio Gladiators. So as we wrap it up here from Farmington Hills, Michigan, we've spent the last 2 weeks up here, and we have seen some great football teams. We've seen some great action and some development here by the Cleveland Cobras, and we look forward to that Week 1. June 1st will be the date. It will be a 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff from Duke Stadium in Alliance. So for the coach, Bob Gessler, for Dave Ferris, who was kind enough to drive us here all the way from Youngstown, Ohio, I'm Jim Craven. Thanks for joining us here on the Cleveland Cobras Broadcast Network. Also want to thank, and I beg for forgiveness on there, the gentleman over at 12-Ounce Sports and the Snowman Multimedia as they joined us here along the iMedia One Network. Jeff Beck and Brian Snow, and we certainly appreciate them. And we do a lot of exchange of information and programming with them. So they are great guys, and certainly we appreciate all their contributions, and we look forward to working with them more in the coming months. So, again, for the coach, Bob Gessler, for Dave Ferris, I'm Jim Craven. One more time, right here from Farmington Hills, Michigan. It is the Detroit Ravens 56, the Cleveland Cobras 6, and we look forward to seeing you all on June 1st. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.